Well, live from Jackie Robinson Ballpark in beautiful downtown Daytona Beach, Florida, it's time for midweek baseball action. An NCAA Division I contest between the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats, 12-10 and 4-1 in conference play, against the South Florida Bulls out of the American Athletic Conference. Wildcats trying to ride a high that saw them take 2 out of 3 over the weekend from the visiting Florida A&M Rattlers, and on the currently this homestand, 12 out of 14 games at the Jack. Bulls coming in, they've got one of the better hitting lineups in the AAC, including Drew Butcher, who will lead off for them tonight, who leads the conference leads the NCAA in walks with 33. My name is Michael Torello, happy to have your company. I've got Henson White alongside me once again. Henson, no rest for the weary. The Wildcats back at it. I thought maybe they would try to switch the lineup up a little bit, being the thing that they just played essentially 4 games over the weekend with the rain out halfway through, then completing the game on Sunday. But no, they threw the exact same defensive lineup they had with the exception of Rodriguez behind the plate.
Yeah, I mean, 2 extra inning games, basically, as you said, playing 4 games of baseball. We ended up calling all 4 of those games, and obviously they came into that one already having a win earlier in the series. The postponement led to them having to finish that game, both those games on Sunday, winning the first one in extras in a walk-off fashion, and then losing the other one in extras in the 11th inning, 2-3 to the Rattlers. So obviously they're going to look to bounce back from that second outing where they had opportunities to win that game, but you know, just the hitting with runners in scoring position just wasn't there late, and that is the reason that they are not still undefeated in SWAC play.
Tonight, Kobe Lipovsky makes his starting debut as a Wildcat. Drew Butcher, as I mentioned, the NCAA leader in walks with 33. He plays right field, and the lefty misses low ball 1. Lipovsky making his 4th appearance of the season, his first start. He's got an even 9 ERA. Fastball finds the zone 1-1 to Lipovsky. In 6 innings pitched, he's given up 7 runs on 8 hits, 6 earned, walked 5, struck out 3. There's a strike. Slider caught the outside corner, 1-2. Lipovsky working quickly on Butcher, who's batting a team high 367. Misses low with that one, and it's 2-2. Butcher in 7-9 at-bats has 27 runs on 29 hits. Swings and misses at a breaking ball, strike 3. Butcher goes down swinging. Rest of Butcher's numbers: 9 doubles, 1 triple, 2 homers, 14 RBIs. He's slugging .582, an on-base percentage of .549. As I mentioned, the 33 walks, but that was his 20th strikeout of the season. 1 down in the first. Here's the catcher, Ben Rosenblum. Fastball misses inside, ball 1.
Yeah, you can tell that he wanted a disciplined approach at the bat that outing, and just, you know, good pitching from Lipovsky.
Rosenblum pops it up, foul territory, straight back, and it's 1-1. Rosenblum, the senior, batting .284, 21 runs on 23 hits as he watches a pitch in the opposite batter's box, 2-1. 3 doubles, 2 triples, 2 homers, and 16 RBIs. Pitch from Lipovsky blew the fastball by the swinging bat, and it's 2-2.
Lipovsky's had a really strong start to his day. Obviously, they're not seeing his stuff well out of the hand.
Breaking ball, strike 3. Rosenblum way out in front of it. 2 straight strikeouts to begin the night for Lipovsky, who's the junior out of Fort Lauderdale and a transfer from Florida State College at Jacksonville, where he spent the last 2 years. Here's Jackson Mayo. And the first pitch to the lefty playing center field is outside, 1-0. This is lefty-to-lefty matchup. Mayo, a .319 hitter. 91 at-bats as the pitch is outside, 2-0. 23 runs on 29 hits, a doubles, a triple, a team leading 4 homers and 22 RBIs. Lipovsky doesn't get the call. Fastball outside corner, and it's 3-0 now. And we harped on this all season, but specifically this weekend against Florida A&M. Here's the 3-0 pitch, and the dirt ball 4 is the Wildcats have had trouble finishing innings with 2 down. They'll get 2 quick outs and then allow a runner, either a base hit or a walk, and then it all seems to go pear-shaped with 2 down.
Yeah, something that they definitely are gonna probably work on over the course of the season. You don't want that to become a trademark of just struggling with 2 outs.
Here's another lefty, John Montez, as they check back over to Mayo at first. Montez hitting .405. I incorrectly stated that Butcher had the team lead in average. It's Montez at .405. 22 runs on 34 hits, also a team lead. They check back over to first again, and Mayo slides back in. 9 doubles, no triples, 3 homers, and 22 RBIs, a .619 slugging percentage, and a .458 on base. First pitch, way up and away to Montez, and it's 1-0. So after getting 2 straight strikeouts, Lipovsky has thrown 5 straight balls.
Might be looking to get batters to chase a little bit too much.
The lefty deals, foul territory, first base side. It will be out of the leaping glove of Vasquez. He almost had it, as opposed to what we had on Sunday. It is relatively calm.
Yeah.
A lazy breeze blowing left to right.
Nice day to watch some baseball, especially compared to the hurricane it felt like we were trying to call the game in on Sunday.
Partly cloudy skies, 75 degrees, sun just beginning to cast shadows on the third base side as it dips below the bleachers. They go back to test Mayo at first a 3rd time. Mayo has stolen 6 bases on 7 attempts this season. Montez fouls another one off. That was a fastball up and in. And now Lipovsky's a strike away from cleaning up the first inning. The count 1-2. With Mayo on first after a walk and 2 down. They go over to first. Mayo goes. They've got him in a rundown. He's out at second, caught stealing, and that's the end of the inning. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on. And we go to the bottom of the first. Bulls nothing, Wildcats coming to bat. This is Bethune-Cookman University Baseball on CatEye Network Radio. We go to the bottom of the first here this evening. Bethune-Cookman Wildcats and USF Bulls still scoreless, and Sergio Rivera will be the first to face the senior Dominic Madonna. Madonna, who is playing his first season at USF after a 4-year career at the University of North Florida, was ASUN all-third team last year. And righty to righty, here's the first pitch. And on the hands, hit in the air to left field. That is going to drop in for a base hit in front of Brodell in left. And first pitch swinging, Sergio Rivera puts the Wildcats on the base pads.
Now batting for the Cats.
I mean, you see what you want. You just swing at it, and did a great job to place that ball where no one could get it. Quick start for these Wildcats.
And now here's Garrett Chun with Rivera on first, nobody out, bottom of the first in a scoreless game. And the first pitch is a strike outside corner to the lefty Chun. Garrett batting .283. 13 runs on 26 hits, 3 doubles, 1 triple, no homers, and a team-leading 21 RBIs. Here's the 0-1 from Madonna. Chop foul, first base side, and it's 0-2.
Had a golf swing at that. I think he was just trying to protect the plate, but...
This season, Dominic Madonna's sporting a .956 ERA. He's 0-1 in 6 appearances with 2 starts. Here's the 0-2 to Chun. Breaking ball, grounder up the middle. Sliding stop by Brodell. He flips to second for the force. And it'll be a fielder's choice. 1 down. A great defensive play by, that was Snow.
Yeah.
At shortstop. He slid past second base from left to right. And then flipped to the covering Montez.
Yeah, great play by Snow, but Kutch was looking for the double play, but just didn't have the time to really locate where his covering second baseman was, and just taps the bag himself with his hand.
1 down, here's Jose Gonzalez. Rest of the line on Madonna. First pitch is low ball 1. 16 innings pitched, he's given up 18 runs on 22 hits, 17 earned, striking out 19 and walking 6. His opponents are batting .319 against him. The 1-0 to Jose Gonzalez is chopped straight back, and it's 1-1. Gonzalez, the dynamite freshman, leads this team in batting average at .338. He scored 14 runs on 27 hits, 2 doubles, no triples, a homer, and 6 RBIs. And the pitch. Chop foul right at home plate, and it's 1-2. Tonight, the Wildcats in their alternate gold uniforms with the script Bethune in maroon across the chest with a white outline, maroon numbers, white trim on the back, white pants with a maroon stripe down the sides. 1-2 from Madonna. Ground ball up the middle, past the sliding glove of Montez and into center field. There's a base hit. The Wildcats are seeing Madonna's stuff pretty well. That's 2 out of 3 with a base hit.
Yep.
And the other one was a fielder's choice to start this one.
Everybody's made solid contact with the pitches Madonna is throwing. Seeing this ball is frozen. So.
Last year, I mentioned named to the ASUN third team Madonna. Had a .495 ERA and 82 1/3 innings pitched. Sporting a .495 ERA. First pitch to Manny Sufrain is a changeup outside, swing and a miss. 0-1. Sufrain, the junior, batting .255 on the season. Runners on first and second, 1 out, bottom of the first. Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt, and it's 1-1. Sufrain has 18 runs on 14 hits, 5 doubles, a triple, 1 homer, and 11 RBIs. Getting on base, the best of any Wildcat at .534. Breaking ball misses inside because of a team-leading 25 walks.
And a lot of pitchers are scared to throw to him, and he has good plate discipline, so he gets on base a lot.
The 2-1. Breaking ball misses inside again. Deja vu on the last pitch, and it's 3-1. And we saw what he can do with a ball that's left over the plate against them in the main series, as he crushed one 420 to dead center. Big cut and miss at a fastball low and away, and the count runs full. The Bulls wearing white hats with a forest green bill Forest green jerseys, white pants with green pinstripes. Full count delivery on the way. Fouled away, we'll do the full count again. Bulls across the front in script in what I can only describe as electric green, trimmed in gold, as are the numbers and names across the back. Electric green trimmed in gold.
Yeah, snake green, maybe.
A 3-2. Breaking ball punches out Soufrain looking, caught the outside corner, a big loping curveball, and there's 2 away. And now here's the freshman, Jorge Gonzalez Fabo.
George Gonzalez Fabo.
The wind picks up a little bit here, swirling towards left field. First pitch to Fabo, big swing and a miss at the ball in the dirt, and it's 0-1. Fabo batting .244, 8 runs on 15 hits, 4 doubles, no triples, 2 homers, and 8 RBIs. But has struck out 15 times as he watches strike 2. Struck out 15 times in 67 at-bats. Fabo just a freshman. He watches the 0-2. Big swing and a miss as the curveball gets him. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left for the Cats. But 2 straight strikeouts from Madonna leaves 2 on base. We go to the second inning with no score here on CatEye Network Radio. To the second we go here at the Jagno score between the Bulls of South Florida and Bethune-Cookman. Cookman threatened with 2 runners on in the bottom of the first. Couldn't push him across thanks to 2 strikeouts to end the inning. And now Lipovsky goes back to work. Ground ball foul first base side. First pitch swinging from Joaquin Monque, the third baseman. Monque, the senior, batting .283. He scored 11 runs on 17 hits. With 2 doubles, no triples, no homers, and 12 RBIs, and he hits it high in the air on the infield, just popped it up right-hand side. It'll be Colton Olison, the second baseman, to make the play. Correction, that was John Montez up at the plate who just popped out.
Now batting for the Bulls, third base.
And now here's Joaquin Monque. I'll get to Montez's numbers
Third base.
because Montez was in the batter's box when Mayo was caught stealing to end the inning. So now here's Monque. First pitch, a strike to the right-hander out low and inside. 0-1. And the 0-1 is outside. Just didn't catch the black. 1-1. Wildcats trying to break a 7-game losing streak to USF tonight, as that one is in the dirt from Lipovsky. 2-1 the count. USF leads the all-time series 66-17. Breaking ball fouled away, and it's 2-2. And 24-7 USF leads in this ballpark. Count 2-2 on Monque. 1 down here, top of the second. Pitch hit high in the air to shallow right. Olison going out, and it's going to bounce in the Bermuda Triangle. Nobody can get there, And it's a base hit for Moncay, second base runner of the day, first hit for the Bulls.
Bulls first baseman.
Yep,
number
a shallow fly just
Puckett.
in between literally everyone possible pretty much for that ball. And luckily a good defensive recovery stops him at first, but that's one of those, an annoyance as a pitcher.
Yep. Little bloop single just beyond the reach of Olison going out and Gonzalez-Febo coming in from right. Now with a runner on and one down, here's Stuart Puckett. First pitch, a slider strike outside corner to the lefty. Puckett, a sophomore, batting .333. In limited action this season, he scored 5 runs on 13 hits. They go back to first, and the ball gets away. Going to third is going to be Moncay. He'll get there without a throw. And the error on Lipovsky means that the Bulls have a runner in scoring position. Just threw that one right under the glove of Soufrain. Now Moncay on third with one down in the second. And the count 0-1 to Stuart Puckett. Breaking ball catches the zone at the knees, and it is 0-2. Rest of Puckett's numbers: 5 runs on 13 hits, 3 doubles, 1 triple, no homers, 9 RBI. And he has been set up to grab another one, but that one hits the elbow guard, and it's a hit by pitch, and there's runners on the corners with one down.
Try to go with the same pitch there and just clips him a little bit on the elbow.
Now batting shortstop number 3, Eric Snow. Snow, the shortstop.
Now here's Eric Snow, a shortstop who is named to the preseason All-American Athletic Conference team. Snow, just a sophomore, started all 24 games for South Florida this year. And he leads the team in at-bats with 92. In those 92 at-bats, he's got 16 runs on 23 hits. First pitch to him is a strike, slider at the knees. 7 doubles, no triples, a homer, and 13 RBIs. And there's runners on the corners with one down. And Lipovsky deals. Chopped softly foul, third base side. And it's 0-2. And this is where, if you're Lipovsky, you got to try and find a put-away pitch.
Yeah, you got to strike him out here. Or something low, try to initiate contact on the ground, try to turn a double play.
They go to first, a risky move after Lipovsky's already thrown it away. That time cleanly into the glove of Soufrain, but Puckett slides back. Moncay leads off third, Puckett off first. Here's the 0-2. Upstairs, they tried for a pitch out, maybe to try and catch the runners stealing, or maybe try to employ the double steal that Coach Hernandez likes to go for sometimes. But nobody lent that time. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Hammered back up the middle into center field. Coming on and making the catch is Rivera. Tagging from third and coming home. Here's the throw to the plate. It's not in time. Moncay scores, and it's 1-0 Bulls, and that error is going to come back to haunt Lipovsky.
And that was a great throw by Rivera. I mean, if the runner coming home is a step slower, he gets tagged out there. But
Number 1, Marcus Brodell.
Puckett stays at first, and now there's a runner on first and 2 down for Marcus Brodell, the left fielder. He's a junior batting .263. And they go back to first again. Nothing doing that time. Brodell bats .263. He's got 6 runs on 5 hits, 1 double, 1 homer, 5 RBIs. And the first pitch is a fastball strike on the outside corner to the lefty. Brodell making his 7th start of the season, as is the man on deck, Cole Robertson. So some limited action between guys 8 and 9 in the lineup today. Upstairs, they go back to first and safe as Rodriguez, the catcher, threw over there. Count is 1-1 on Brodell. They're really being careful with Puckett over at first. Not a big stealing threat, only 2 stolen bases on the year. And they go over there again. And this is kind of where I would like the rule that's in Major League Baseball, where you can only throw over there 3 times, and if you still don't get him out, then here's a pitch hit high in the air to left center field and deep. Going back, track, wall, adios. It's 3-0 Bulls
Two-run home run for Marcus Brodell.
on the second home run of the season for Marcus Brodell into the scoreboard in left center field.
Yep, just I think all those pickoffs messed with his, his rhythm there, and just leaves something up over the plate that he cranks on, hits it all the way to the scoreboard in the
Number 17,
deep left
Cole
field.
Robertson, the DH.
Here's the 9-hole hitter Cole Robertson, again making only his 7th start of the season. He's got a .95 ERA, or batting average, excuse me. First pitch to him is a ball outside. And it's 1-0. In 21 plate appearances, he's got 4 runs on 2 hits. No extra base hits, but 1 homer and 4 RBI. He's a sophomore. And it's after a clean first inning from Colby Lepovsky. It's been a rough second, as he's allowed a base hit, a hit by pitch. He made an error to allow the runner to advance and score on the sac fly, and then the home run to Brodell. Pitch is low, 1-1. Oh, correction, 2-1. Here's the 2-1. Inside, 3-1. And the Wildcats play their weekend series against Alabama A&M starting Thursday. Ground ball softly hit to third. Vasquez fires across, and that's the end of the inning. 3 runs, 2 hits, nobody left. And also 1 error. And we go to the bottom of the second. 3-0 USF here on CatEye Network Radio. Nike is the official outfitter of the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. Gear up on the latest BCU Nike gear at bcuathletics.com/Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. And we go to the bottom of the second. A 3-run top of the inning has put the Bulls on top 3-0. And the first hitter for the Wildcats looks at a ball low. This is the catcher, Jorge Rodriguez. Rodriguez, a .222 hitter, 7 runs on 10 hits, 3 doubles, 1 homer, and 4 RBIs. And that one's up and away, ball 2. And maybe there was a reason why the Wildcats were checking the runners over on first in the top of the inning so much. Pitch, breaking ball, inside, catches the corner for strike 1. South Florida has stolen 49 bases through 24 games. That's already eclipsed their entire total from last year of 39. Here's the 2-1. Breaking ball drops right down the middle, 2-2.
Definitely a mentality shift for the Bulls this season compared to last season when it comes to moving around on those base paths.
pitch. Outside 3-2. Rosenblum, the catcher, tried to frame up that slider, but it just missed, and the count runs full. 3-2. Breaking ball off the end of the bat, hit sharply towards second. Bobbled by Montez, but he picks it up and fires to first, and there's one down. And now here's Peter Vasquez, the junior, adding 288. 6 runs on 15 hits, 2 doubles, no other extra base hits, and 9 RBIs for Vasquez, including a couple big ones over the weekend against Florida A&M. And a wicked breaking ball from Madonna misses low. The Bulls are also without their leading hitter, Bobby Bozer, the preseason All-AAC selection. That one also on the ground to second, this time fielded cleanly by Montez, and there's 2 down. Bozer was the National Hitter of the Week back on the 12th of the month, but he suffered a hand injury that same series and will miss significant time. Now here's Ramses Cordova, 2 quickly gone in the inning for the Wildcats. Fastball outside corner, ball 1. Umpires today behind the plate, it's Manuel Fleitas. At first base is Terrell Poole, and at third base it's Charles Reddick. Skied high pop up to center field. Moving back is Mayo, and he makes the catch. 1-2-3 goes Bethune-Cookman in the second. We go to the third, 3-0 Bulls here on CatEye Network Radio. We go to the top of the third here at the Jack. 3-0 South Florida over Bethune-Cookman. And back to the top of the order for the second time through. First pitch way outside to Drew Butcher. Drew, one of the best power hitters USF has ever seen. He swings and misses at a fastball at the letters, and it's 1-1. He struck out his first time up, but his 36 home runs coming into the ninth puts him 6th all-time in USF history. Butcher squares to bunt, pulls it back as a pitch goes outside and low. 2-1 on him. And another breaking ball misses outside. This is a lefty-to-lefty matchup. 3-1 the count now. And he hits this one to the first base side, past the diving glove of Soufrain, and there's a base hit. Well, it's not another home run to add to his tally, but it's still a leadoff single. And the Bulls threaten again here in the third after putting up a 3 in the last inning.
Yep, just try to give him something that he couldn't drive, but it ends up getting pulled to right field and getting an easy single for him.
And now it's Ben Rosenblum one on with nobody out. First pitch to him in the dirt, ball 1. Rodriguez stops it from going to the backstop. Rosenblum struck out his first time up. Rosenblum, one of 4 seniors on this South Florida roster. Pitch, swing and a miss. Runner goes. Here's the throw to second. It's in time. And out stealing is Drew Butcher. And that's the second caught stealing of the game for the Bulls on the base paths. Mayo was caught stealing down the first, and now Butcher, the first out of the third.
Time is called. Someone gets in a catcher's eye.
Yeah, Rodriguez is called time behind the plate.
But a good job by him to pop up and immediately throw it to second in ample time.
Ground ball towards short. Cordova fires across. Scoop by Suframe, but the ball gets out of his glove. Excellent cover by Rodriguez, the catcher, behind first, so the ball doesn't skip away. But it's still, I'm not sure if we'll give that an error or an infield single. We'll wait and see what we have.
So
The batter,
we are
center fielder number 4, Jackson Mayo.
Still haven't called it. I would have. I'll hear you first, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, I think it might be an error on Suframe because the ball was there in time.
Yeah.
It just skipped out of his glove. And they throw back to first. Here's Jackson Mayo, walked in the first and was caught stealing to end that frame. 1 on, 1 down here in the third. And Lepovsky will check back over to first again.
Our stats do not want to update today for some reason. We haven't had issues at the ballpark as another pitch out here.
First pitch to Mayo was way outside. Again, trying to maybe catch somebody going. With Rosenblum on first after the error from Suframe.
And they did call it a single.
They called it a single. Wow. I'm not sure I agree with that, but all right, we'll give it a single.
It was a tough throw, to be fair. But
It was fielded deep in the hole by Cordova, and I think the ball was there in time. Either way, they go back to check on him again.
And the last time we saw this, he gave up a homer. So
I think they might have checked over to first as many times as they've thrown to home in the last 2 innings. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball slices through the zone, strike 1. Count 1-1 on Jackson Mayo. Mayo's been off to a hot start this season after a standout rookie campaign 2 years ago. He had a walk-off homer against North Carolina A&T.
one of our old foes from the MEAC.
Now in the Coastal Athletic Association. Here's the 2-1, popped sky high in the infield. Sufrane calls off the pitcher and falls back and makes the catch as the wind almost took it away from him, but there's 2 away. That may be the most interesting infield pop-out I've seen in a while, but good communication by the infield. And Sufrane eventually makes the play, and here's John Montez, who was left stranded in the first base, or in the batter's box, excuse me, at the end of the first inning with Mayo caught stealing. When he was back up again in the second, he popped out on the infield to the first base side.
And we are back to checking first base.
Yep. Rosenblum on after a single. Butcher singled to lead off the inning, but then was caught stealing by Rodriguez, the catcher. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, ball 1. And I mentioned at the end of the last inning that the Wildcats play another game in 2 days. As because of its Easter weekend, they'll play Alabama A&M Thursday, Friday, Saturday, not the usual Friday, Saturday, Sunday series. Another check back over to first. So I expected when I saw the lineup today to see a bunch of reserve players. And Lepovsky deals. Breaking ball, strike on the inside corner. And like Joel Correa on Sunday, he really does his best work with that little slider/curve that breaks late and just catches the zone. Here's the pitch. Tries it again, but misses outside. And it's 2-1. But to my surprise, to finish my story about the lineup, it was the exact same lineup that played on Sunday minus the batteries. Big cut and miss on a slider that tailed away into the right-hand batter's box, and it's 2-2.
And his breaking stuff's been on point. Really, the only thing they've been hitting consistently is his fastball.
The 2-2 goes with the breaking ball again. Popped sky high on the infield, first base side. Second baseman Colton Olison makes the catch to end the inning. No runs, 2 hits, 1 left, and we go to the bottom of the third. 3-0 Bulls here on CatEye Network Radio. To the bottom of the third here at the Jack. The 9-hole hitter Colton Olison will begin proceedings for the third inning of work for Dominic Madonna, the righty on the hill for the Bulls. It's 3-0 USF. Both teams have 2 hits and left multiple runners on, but it's the big home run by Marcus Brodil. That's the difference in the game right now. First pitch was a ball upstairs, and Madonna from the stretch fouled away, and it's 1-1. As I mentioned, this is the middle of a 9-game homestand for Bethune-Cookman.
Yep.
Ground ball softly hit up the middle, ranging over the shortstop. Snow fires, beat him by a quarter of a second. Olison almost got there, but a nice defensive play from Snow means there's one away.
Yeah, the plane flies over the Jack a half a step too short. There's Olison. He did a good job to get good contact on the ball, just a little bit too slow. Good defensive play by the Bulls.
Here's Sergio Rivera. Back to the top of the order for the Cats. He singled his first time up. Squares to bunt, pulls back as a slider goes to the other batter's box, and it's 1-0. Singled and then was caught 6-4 on the base pads on a fielder's choice hit by Garrett Chun. And another pitch low, 2-0. They started this homestand back on the 19th against North Florida, won that one 2-1. Took 2 out of 3 against Florida A&M, 6-0, and then 7-6. There's a fastball strike down the middle, 2-1, and then fell in the final game of that weekend series, 3-2 in 11 innings. The second game of that series was also 11 innings and played over 2 days because of rain. Breaking ball catches the inside corner, 2-2 now to Rivera. They'll play 3 against Alabama A&M Thursday, Friday, Saturday, then end the homestand. First game of April against UCF. Breaking ball low, count full. They play 1 game against Florida State That's just one day later on April 3rd, and they're back here for another series, April 5th, 6th, and 7th against Jackson State. The 3-2. Ground ball towards second. Another field clean by Montez, and there's 2 away. So the Wildcats have put the ball in play all but 2 times, but 4 of the last 5 batters have grounded out on the infield, and 3 of them to second base.
Yeah, just as you can tell, at this point, you know Madonna's game is the pitch to contact guy.
And that one is hit in the air to left center, and it is going to be caught on a line, full sprint by Brodil as Chun flies out to end the inning. 1, 2, 3, go the Cats. We go to the 4th. It's 3-0 Bulls here on CatEye Network Radio. Joaquin Monte leads off the top of the 4th for USF. They've got a 3-0 lead as a breaking ball strike from Lipovsky finds the outside corner.
And outside of that second innings, Lipovsky's done a good job of controlling, base runners. Got, 2 caught stealings already. Hasn't allowed a lot of people on base. Hasn't given any free passes.
That one high in the air down the first base line. Full sprint from Manny Sufrain, the first baseman, but he watches it go foul.
Has given 1 walk, but still, outside of that, has done a good job of not giving those away. We've seen pitchers struggle with that early in this season.
Count is 1-2 on Monke, the senior from Weston, Florida. Breaking ball misses low, 2-2, excuse me. Out of Cypress Bay High School, and is a career USF Bull. And he got hit on the thigh by that pitch, or did it go behind him? It went behind him. I thought it hit him.
Yeah, it sounded made going past him, sounded like contact, but obviously none.
So we'll do the 3-2. Lipovsky deals inside ball 4. And for the second straight inning, the leadoff man is on. The third.
First baseman, number 6, Stuart Puckett.
Must have jinxed Lipovsky after saying he's done a good job of not letting free passes go. He walks him on a 3-2 count.
Third free pass of the game for Lipovsky. 2 walks and a hit by pitch. Now runner on, nobody out. Squaring to bunt is Puckett and drops it foul behind the plate. And it's 0-1.
And with him scoring a bunt already in this at-bat, you can tell they really do want to push the tempo on the base paths, make the pitcher uncomfortable.
Squares to bunt again, pulls it back, strike 2 over sweeper. That caught the outside corner to the lefty Puckett, a redshirt freshman from DeLeon Springs, close by, went to nearby DeLand High School, did Puckett. So back in his home county, swing and a miss, and down he goes.
The Volusia air not favoring him anymore. I guess it said he went to Tampa, you're a different man now. Gets a strikeout there.
Third strikeout of the day for Lipovsky, first since the opening frame. And now with one down, here's Eric Snow, who flied out to center his first time up. He got the RBI that allowed Puckett to come home, or excuse me, allowed Monkey to come home from first. Breaking ball, strike one. As Snow watches it go into the mitt. And a fastball misses outside, 1-1. Last year, Snow was named to the American Athletic Conference All-Freshman team. And the 1-1 pitch. Fastball arcs across the zone, and it's 1-2.
And I think part of the reason Lepovsky threw over to first so much is now the runners are, wary of him throwing over because they know he's not scared to do it.
Breaking ball hit in the air to right center. Moving over is the center fielder Rivera. He gloves it for out number 2. That one hung up in the air a little bit longer than I thought it was going to off the bat. Same with Chun's fly out in the bottom of the last inning.
Yeah. That breeze, obviously not as strong as Sundays, where the ball felt like it could literally flew from in play to out of play and over the fence on multiple occasions. But it, caught a breeze and stayed up a little bit longer.
And he checked the runner before throwing a first pitch to Marcus Brodil. He had the 2-run home run his first time up that gave the Bulls this 3-0 lead. And he's got Joaquin Moncay on first with 2 down. And Lepovsky deals breaking ball outside to the lefty, ball 1.
And I won't be surprised if in a pitcher count that we see that runner on first try to steal. We saw it in the FAMU game a lot. And I wouldn't be surprised if USF uses it as well.
Breaking ball just barely doesn't clip Rodell on the inside, 2-0. Rodell, Stuart Puckett, Cole Robertson, and others are earning starting nods because of some injuries higher up the Bulls rotation. Breaking ball, did he go? Yes, he did go. I missed the signal from the first base umpire, but they put the strike on the board, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, they both kind of just stood there, and at first I was like, was no one paying attention? Or?
Lepovsky fires another breaking ball that misses. Outside and low, 3-1. So Lepovsky is doing what is known in the baseball parlance as pitching backwards. Instead of using the fastball to set up the breaking ball, he's using the breaking ball to set up the fastball. And he spins and throws to first. Count is 3-1.
And I doubt you have to worry about the runner now in that 3-1 count. They've seen that you have had control problems this inning. They're probably just going to let you pitch.
The 3-1. Breaking ball, strike 2. That has got to be scary as a hitter. It looked like it was going right at Brodill's head.
Yeah.
And then banks hard like it's coming around turn 4 at Daytona International Speedway and eventually comes right down the middle. The 3-2, but before that we'll get another check out first. We talked about this a lot this weekend, Henson, about the lefty pitchers having an easy time picking off first base. The 3-2, inside it hit him. That would have been ball 4 anyway, but another free pass, and so 2 on with 2 out, and here's Cole Robertson.
And that's the danger as he went to steal second and, ran with 2 strikes. But that's the issue with that kind of pitch where you start inside. If it doesn't break enough, you're just going to hit the guy because that's where the ball is starting its break at.
Robertson grounded out his first time up. The first pitch is low and inside, ball 1.
But you like that lefty-lefty breaking ball. It's hard for people to hit that, but when you don't have enough break on it as a mound visit here, and I think we could see a pitching change.
Yeah, Coach Hernandez is out there. Cole Robertson, the redshirt sophomore from Land O'Lakes. Like many of the players on this Bethune-Cookman roster, he started at the lower than Division I level at Florida Southwestern and then Pasco Hernando State. We will have a pitching change here as that is the end for Lepovsky. He goes 3 2/3, gives up 3 runs, 1, 2, 3, 4 hits, and walks 4. And trying to get out of this top of the fourth with 2 on and 2 out will be the new pitcher that looks like Yoanzel Diaz, but we will wait until it is officially announced. It is indeed Yoanzel Diaz. Yoanzel, a senior from Hialeah and a career Wildcat and a big tournament last year for him. Diaz goes by Yo-Yo. Last year he pitched in 20 games, finished 1-0 with a 7.85 ERA and 28 2/3 innings, with 32 total strikeouts, and 8 of those 20 appearances were scoreless. This season he's only making his 5th appearance of the season. In 6 1/3 innings pitched, he's given up 10 runs on 9 hits all earned, striking out 7, walking 9, allowing 2 doubles, no triples, no homers. And he's got an ERA of 14.21.
Yo-Yo is a great name for a pitcher. As a moth landed on Michael's head and he looked over at me, and I was trying not to say something. I think we're just about ready to get play back underway here.
I may have been completely mistaken. This may be Carlos Yasmin on the mound. The Wildcats have different jersey numbers for different uniforms, so it's not always consistent.
Yeah, because this is number 27 for the Wildcats.
So I will double check that. First pitch is a strike from the righty. We're just going to say it's Diaz for now until we get better confirmation. Count is 1-1 on Cole Robertson. Pitch, breaking ball, strike, and it's 1-2, 1 strike away from getting out of this inning. And it is Yasmin on the mound for Bethune-Cookman as that pitch is fouled away. So my apologies. Carlos Yasmin is a freshman from San Juan, Puerto Rico, out of PRO Baseball Academy down there. And the 1-2. Spin and a throwback to second. Remember, there's Monke on second after a leadoff walk. Bodil on first after a 2-out hit by pitch, which forced the pitching change from Coach Hernandez. Yasmin, the number 19 pitching product out of Puerto Rico over the offseason. The pitch is a breaking ball, skied high to right. Rivera trying to track it down in the wind. He makes the catch to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 left. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Still 3-0 USF right here on CatEye Network Radio. To the bottom of the fourth we go.
Jose Gonzalez.
Jose Gonzalez, the DH, leads off for Bethune-Cookman. Dominic Madonna still on the hill for the Bulls. And the first pitch is fouled straight back. And it's 0-1. Gonzalez singled his first time up, the second of the two Wildcat hits in the first inning, and that's all the Wildcats have had. It's been 8 up and 8 down since then. Ground ball chopped towards short. Snow fields and fires. A stretch by Puckett at first, and there's one down. The Wildcats have not struck out since that first inning.
Yeah. This is one of those it's a very frustrating game as a team. You know, everybody's making good contact, just hitting it where people are.
Here's Manny Soufrain, which was the first of those 2 strikeouts, as we're going to have a meeting of the umpires here in front of the mound. Not sure what that's going to be about.
I think they're checking if, obviously, the last hit there before Soufrain was Gonzalez, and Gonzalez was complaining that I don't think that he thought he was safe because of how the ball was caught, but we don't have review here in the Jack at the moment, and it did look like he caught that ball. So
yeah. So after the referee conference, it is 1 out of the inning. Here's Manny Soufrain. First pitch, low ball 1. Soufrain, a strikeout victim his first time up, but he came up to bat with Garrett Chun on second and Jose Gonzalez on first and nobody out. And we thought, or excuse me, 1 out. We thought, well, maybe the Wildcats could have something going here, but then Madonna struck out Soufrain and Gonzalez Fabo. Breaking ball misses low, 2-0 to Manny.
yeah, Madonna has been working pretty fast. And the thing is, you know, as a pitch to contact guy, he's doing a great job of getting contact in these early counts. Ooh.
Soufrain smashes one to center field. That's going to be a base hit on a line drive. He rounds first and holds there, and that is what happens when Manny Soufrain gets a pitch in the zone. Good Lord, that was scorched.
Yeah, great job by Manny Soufrain to, you know, square that up and hit it straight out to center. Simple single for him. Hopefully gets the team back on track.
And now here's Gonzalez Fabo, struck out his first time up to end the first inning with 2 on. Now he's got 1 on, 1 out. And the first pitch is a slider, outside ball 1. After this, the Bulls will be back in action on Thursday as well. On the road in Charlotte, North Carolina to play the 49ers. Fastball misses low, 2-0 from Madonna.
49ers of Charlotte, not the San Francisco 49ers.
That would be interesting, but no.
George Kittle could play catcher.
I see him more as a first baseman or a DH. Here's a change-up, misses upstairs and in. 3-0 now on Jorge Gonzalez Febo. And then after that, next Tuesday, they're going to be right back in Volusia County. They'll play Stetson at Melching Field. Fastball down the middle, 3-1. As all these teams in Florida seem to play each other throughout the season. And it's a great crucible of non-conference competition.
Yeah, a lot of good teams come out of Florida. Obviously, UF, Florida State.
Fabo fouls it off first base side, and it is 3-2.
And Miami, usually your main guys. But
Yeah.
Stetson, obviously, a beacon of baseball talent. And
Yeah.
tons of other teams often have. FAU, FIU have talented guys that come out of there and maybe transfer somewhere else or go to the minors.
Big swing and a miss on the breaking ball, and Febo's down on strikes for the second time today. There's 2 down, runner on first, and here's Jorge Rodriguez. And about that talent in Florida,
Number 33, George Rodriguez.
the Wildcats do not play a non-conference game outside of the state of Florida. The first time they left the state was 2 weekends ago when they went to Mississippi Valley for their first conference series. Breaking ball misses away to Rodriguez, who grounded out to second his first time up.
And stuff like that can help with recruiting as well, because it shows, you know, kids that might be coming to watch a Florida game or a Florida State game and go, oh, there's other schools in the state of Florida, as another ball is fouled back, that they can go to play baseball at that are that are good at baseball. So it just gives you more options in the state of Florida. There's a ton of talent, as I said, in the state of Florida, and a ton of teams and schools down
And
here.
on that note, I was thinking about this the other day. It makes sense As here's the 1-1 from Madonna. Fastball down the middle, 1-2. That the two teams that have proven themselves to be the best in the SWAC at baseball are both Florida schools, Bethune-Cookman and Florida A&M. The 1-2. Breaking ball misses upstairs, didn't break hard enough. And it's 2-2.
Yeah. Started breaking basically when it got to the umps, not the ump, but the catcher's mitt. Just stayed around his chest the whole time down.
2-2, 2 out, runner on first. High in the air to right field, not deep. Butcher's going to track that one down. Oh, he dropped it! Well, that's an error on the senior right fielder. Rodriguez is aboard with a E9, and Sufrain goes all the way from first to third.
The batter for the Wildcats, number 4, third base.
And the funny thing is if Sufrain Sufrain was running hard. It's not like he was jogging or anything, but if, he full sprints that, he might get home. But I don't think anybody in the ballpark expected that ball to not be caught.
Certainly not me. I was already looking down on my scorecard to move to the next inning. And now here's the first pitch to Peter Vasquez. A changeup low, and it's 1-0. Vasquez grounded out to second his first time up. Runners on the corners with 2 down, and the Wildcats down 3-0, trying to get back into this one. Pitch fouled away, 1-1. Vasquez, not really a power guy, but if he makes contact, he is a double in the power alley merchant, which really most of the players on this team should be aiming for at the plate.
That gets you those looks at the next level if you can, as he swings straight through that breaking ball. It gets you looks on the next level. Consistent batting mechanics is something they love to talk about with those high-level MLB guys. And if you can consistently hit doubles, if you just add more strength to it, that you can get some home runs out of it, but it still gives you consistent plate appearances.
Ground ball foul, first base side, and Vasquez stays alive. It's 1-2 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Wildcats with runners on the corners after the single by Manny Sufrain and the error in right field by Drew Butcher that lets Sufrain go all the way to first. All the way to third. Rodriguez is on first. Here's the 1-2. Strike 3, punched him out looking on a cutter that clipped the inside corner.
Yeah, that was a really, really good pitch from Madonna. You can't, it's hard to turn on that at all. Perfect placement.
No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 left. We go to the 5th. Still 3-0 South Florida over Bethune-Cookman here on CatEye Network Radio. Moving along to the 5th inning here at the Jack, 3-0 USF. And clearing up any confusion about who is on the mound, it is Carlos Yasmin, who came in with 2 outs in the last inning and got Cole Robertson. We go back to the top of the order. Here's Drew Brutcher to face Yasmin. Righty to lefty. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, misses low. In the dirt, ball 1. Yasmin making his 4th appearance of the season. Only 2 2/3 innings pitched before today. Pitch. Fastball outside 2-0. 1 1/3 against Florida Gulf Coast. Just a third of an inning against Northwestern and 1 full inning against Mississippi Valley, his other 3 appearances. There's a fastball strike at the letters, 2-1. He's given up no runs on 3 hits, striking out 5 and not walking anybody. Has Yasmin. 2-1. And that is a laser beam down the left field line in fair territory. Butcher rounding first. He's sprinting towards second. He'll be there with a stand-up double as Garrett Chun had trouble digging that one out of the corner.
And if you're Butcher, you almost want that ball to slow down a little bit after you hit it, because it hit the wall so fast. By the time he was around first, Chun was already at the ball.
Catcher number 10, Ben Rosenblum.
So the leadoff man aboard for the Bulls for the 3rd straight inning. While they haven't scored in any of those innings, all 3 of their runs coming in the 2nd after the sac fly and then 2-run home run. Now here's Ben Rosenblum, struck out of the 1st, singled in the 3rd. Runner on 2nd, nobody out. Yasmin Deal squaring to bunt, putting it down foul. 3rd base side is Rosenblum. The sun has just sunken below the left field horizon. Still some flickers of light moving between the clouds as the floodlights are on here at the Jack. The 0-1, Rosenblum squares to bunt again, ball inside, and it's 1-1. Rosenblum, the redshirt senior out of Coral Springs, Florida. High school at Calvary Christian Academy and his first 2 college seasons at FIU. This is his 3rd year as a Bull. Rosenblum squares to bunt again, and the pitch goes outside. 2-1 now. Last year was named to the AAC All-Tournament team as he batted .500 with 7 RBI and 3 walks in the tournament.
Turned it on when they needed it most.
This time he lays the bunt down, 3rd base side. Charging is Vasquez, and there's no play anywhere. Everybody is safe. Vasquez thought that went foul. And now there's a conversation happening between the... Vasquez says he picked it up foul. The home plate umpire said it was still touching the line, so it's a fair ball and everybody's safe.
And that's just...
The home plate umpire, Manuel Fleites, giving Coach Hernandez the explanation. Coach doesn't like it, but now there's runners on the corners with nobody out.
And Coach Hernandez tells Vasquez, just let it go foul. There's no need to pick the ball up early.
The batter is center fielder number 4,
You don't get bonus points for picking up the foul ball. But now runners at the corners, as you said, no outs in the inning yet.
And here's Jackson Mayo, walked in the 1st and was caught stealing to end the inning and then popped up on the infield in the 3rd. Breaking ball, runner goes to 2nd, no throw. So it'll be a stolen base for Rosenblum, now 2nd and 3rd.
Yeah, but the pitch was away, down and away, and Rodriguez tried to pop up and just slid. And now you have runners at 2nd and 3rd.
Bulls looking to improve on their 3-0 lead here. South Florida looking to win their 8th straight game against Bethune-Cookman. And before we get another pitch, it's going to be pitching coach Yoel Sanchez to come out and talk to his freshman pitcher, Carlos Yasmin. We've got double duty this week as Wildcat Athletics. Baseball Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, but also softball Friday and Saturday over at Sunnyland Park. So potentially 6 contests to sink your teeth into. And the Wildcats will look to win a couple games against Alabama A&M, swept them in a 4-game series here last year that ultimately led the Wildcats to securing that number 2 seed in the East and avoid Alabama State in the bracket. Of course, that didn't end up mattering because Florida A&M took out Alabama State anyway. But Alabama A&M, along with Mississippi Valley State, expected to be at the bottom of the Eastern Conference, with Jackson State, Bethune-Cookman, Florida A&M, and Alabama State expected to take the top 4 spots into that SWAC tournament in a couple months. Coach Sanchez has retreated to the bench, and now Yasmin deals the 1-0, and it's fouled away off the end of the bat, and it's 1-1.
And that had the distance to go out, but just didn't have the placement.
Pitch. Ground ball towards second base. Fielded in the hole by Olison. They'll go to first for the out and surrender a run. Butcher comes in from second, and it is 4-0 USF.
And the thing about it is you still don't have 2 outs, so if they do that exact same thing again, get another run across, and now you're looking at a 5-0 deficit heading into the 5th, at the bottom of the 5th.
Here's John Montez, runner on third, 1 down. Breaking ball catches the outside corner of the lefty hitter, 0-1. Montez has popped up to second baseman Colton Olison twice in his first 2 plate appearances. Breaking ball, swing and a miss from Montez. Not very competitive swing as he took the bat off his shoulder when that ball was already in the catcher's glove.
It's going to be heard from the Wildcat bench at that swing.
Yasmin trying to get out of this at-bat quickly, but misses his spot way in the opposite batter's box, 1-2. Other games tonight featuring SWAC opposition. There's no conference games going on. Prairie View A&M is hosting Houston Tillotson. Pitch. High in the air, pop up down the left field line. Racing in is Garrett Shun. He makes the catch. Tagging and trying to come home is Rosenblum. But a fantastic throw from Chun holds him at third.
Yeah, Chun, by the time he got off the bag after tagging, Chun had already thrown the ball over his head. And then a great job by Rodriguez to be standing strong and tall, just forcing him back. And now all you need is any type out, and you can get out of this inning only surrendering 1.
First pitch to Joaquin Manque is in the dirt ball 1. Missed with a breaking ball. Other games featuring SWAC opposition today. Arkansas Pine Bluff hosting Arkansas State. Florida A&M is in Alabama to play Troy. Pitch. Fastball inside corner, strike 1. 1-1 the count. Alabama A&M is about 45 minutes down the road in Birmingham to play UAB. Alabama State is in Mobile playing South Alabama. The 1-1. Breaking ball, chopped foul right at home plate. And it's 1-2.
And during the SWAC tournament, we had the opportunity to see some of those UAB facilities, which were cream of the crop, really.
Mississippi Valley State is on the road at McNeese State. Grambling State is at the University of Louisiana. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball outside, 2-2. And Southern is visiting crosstown rival New Orleans. That's their out-of-conference slate for the evening. Couple of games tomorrow or Thursday as well. Breaking ball misses outside again from Yasmin, and it is 3-2. Conference series Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Arkansas State visits Arkansas Pine Bluff. Grambling State goes to Texas Southern. Jackson State goes to Florida A&M. That's going to be a really telling series. Alabama A&M comes here, and then Prairie View goes to Southern. Swinging a foul ball right at home plate again, and the count holds 3-2.
Just barely gets his bat to it.
The reason that Jackson State and Florida A&M is going to be such an interesting series is that Jackson State has flown out of the blocks. They're 19-5 overall and 5-0 in conference play. Ground ball towards short. Cordova fires across in time, and the inning is over. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 left. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. It's 4-0 Bulls here on CatEye Network Radio. Bottom 5 we go here at the Jack. It's now 4-0 Bulls after they plated 1 in the top of the inning. Ramses Cordova, who made the play at short to end the frame, leads off. He flied out to center his first time up. It was a great catch by Mayo. That was the end of the second. First pitch, a fastball at the knees, 0-1. Breaking ball, up and in, ball 1. To Ramses Cordova, who was the hero a week ago today when the Wildcats beat North Florida 2-1. He was responsible for both runs. Breaking ball hammered to right. That's going to get down and head to the wall. Nice recovery by Bretcher to hold him to a single, but another hard piece of contact for the Wildcats, and there's 1 on with nobody out.
Great piece of hitting that was. Put it into that right field area where no one was. The Wildcats have done a good job of just, making contact. The only issue has been placement. Just been an unlucky day.
And now here's Colton Olison, grounded out to short his first time up. First pitch is a fastball strike right down the middle. These teams met twice last year. South Florida won 9-3 in this building. Fastball misses upstairs, 1-1. And then they met about a month later, and South Florida took the one over in Tampa 13-2. And it will once again be a home and home between these two squads this year. The Wildcats will visit South Florida. Not next week, but the week after on April 9th. And it's a ball in the dirt, 2-1.
And a more disciplined approach, something we saw work well against FAMU.
We do have some action in the South Florida bullpen. 2 green jerseys out there. So we'll see if this is perhaps the last inning for Madonna as a breaking ball catches the zone at the knees, 2-2.
Yeah, he started the inning at 62 pitches. So wouldn't be surprised if they, tread cautiously with him at this point.
The 2-2 to Olison with 1 on and nobody out. High fly foul, first base side. That'll make Orange Avenue. That one was way out of there. That might even made the bay or the marina over there.
Mama Fufu's, the restaurant around the corner, might have a baseball in their kitchen.
Once again, the 2-2. It's hacked foul again, this time way the other way to the third base side.
He turned all over that pitch. He just did not have the hit location.
Yeah, it was up and in. It probably would have been ball 3 if he'd let it go. But of course, with 2 strikes, you got to protect, and he was way out in front of it. Once again, for the third time, the 2-2. And it's fouled away again. This time just tapped back to the screen.
Doing a great job of just battling and battling here.
Yep.
Especially when you're not having, you know, your best hitting season. It's good to have, you know, hitting 190. It's good to have these kind of battles to show you're still, you know, doing something at the plate, you know. This is the stuff that doesn't go on. I mean, it does go on the stat sheet, but not to the same extent as someone who's, you know, just looks at like, oh, the average is down. But if you look at, oh, man, he gets all these pitches against him. He makes the pitcher waste pitches and takes a lot out of his arm.
For the 4th time, the 2-2. Ground ball up the middle. It is going to be into center field past the diving glove of Montez. And Colton Olison picks up a base hit. There's 2 on with nobody out. And we'll be back to the top of the order with Sergio Rivera.
And that's exactly what you want out of him. You know, battle hard, battle hard, battle hard. Get a pitch you can do something with. Hit it right back up the middle. Get a single, put your teammate in scoring position. And now you've put it back to the top of the order with no outs. Something that the Wildcats found themselves in defensively earlier. Hopefully can reap the rewards of their good fortune here.
Here's Sergio Rivera. He squares to bunt and misses it as the breaking ball drops into the glove for strike 1. This is going to be Madonna's longest outing of the season by innings pitched as we're here in the 5th. His longest previous was a 4-inning jaunt against Marist in a 10-0 win right at the beginning of the season. Spinning a throw back to second. There safely is Cordova. He's at second, and Olison's at first after back-to-back leadoff singles. Madonna through 69 pitches. There's a breaking ball low, and it's 1-1. In that inning against Marist through 65 and 3 1/3 in a 16-12 slugfest win over Jacksonville. Squaring to bunt again, pulling it back, and it's another ball outside. 2-1. Corners are playing well in on the grass in preparation of this bunt eventually going down for Ramses Cordova. The 2-1. He squared to bunt again, pulled it back, and it's another ball. And it's 3-1.
And, I mean, if you can get a walk rather than bunt, probably save your team an out, they'll definitely take that.
As the wind picks up again. Here's the 3-1. He squares to bunt, and it's strike 2. He thought it was ball 4 outside, did Rivera. He was halfway down the first base line when home plate umpire Manuel Fleites signaled strike, and it's the full count. And now you're not going to bunt. The corner infielders back all the way up to their normal positions.
Now that would be the perfect time to throw down a bunt. I'm
It
kidding.
would be, but if you foul it off, that's the end of your AB. Swinging a chopper foul outside of third. What you don't want here is to ground into a double play. And we'll do the 3-2 again. Wildcats certainly making Madonna work in this inning. I can throw it right back at you. Here's the 3-2. Strike 3, double steal, runners advance, but Rivera is out. The throw down to second was not in time. Now there's one away,
So
and here's Garrett Chung.
essentially a bunt just happened. He pushes both of his teammates to second and third.
It would have been a sack bunt-esque result. He's out, but the runners advance. And now here's Garrett Chung with runners on second and third and 1 down. Breaking ball strike outside corner. 0-1. Chun is the RBIs leader on this Wildcat team with 21. The next highest is the man on deck, Jose Gonzalez, with 16. Pitch. Fastball misses inside to the lefty, 1-1. Wildcats try to claw their way back into this one. They've had the same number of hits as USF with 5. But the Bulls have plated 4 runs in the first 4 innings. There's a fastball, misses low and away, 2-1. Chun's made some good plays already out in left field. And he
Hits himself.
yeah, slices one foul right at home plate, 2-2.
And the result and probably the length of Madonna's day is going to come down to probably this at bat. If Chun gets on base and the run is scored, he probably is going to go sit down for.
The 2-2, grounded softly towards second. They will go to first for the outs. The run scores. Cordova trots in from third, and the Wildcats are on the board. It's 4-1 Bulls.
Yep, and a mound visit from the USF manager will likely
Yep, that'll be Billy Mole.
spell the end of Madonna's day. His longest showing of the season so far, but obviously he could stay in, and they might have him face this probably the final batter of the inning, possibly.
Yep. Jose Gonzalez is the next batter up. He's 1 for 2, a single in the first and a ground out to short in the 4th.
Yep.
And we will see Madonna stay in the game.
Now batting for the Wildcats, designated hitter number 21, Jose Gonzalez.
At 70 pitches exactly right now.
Not hung up on that last run allowed. Keep
Gonza-
Madonna out there.
And a check swing, no swing. And a ball in the dirt. And it's 1-0. Colton Olson on third. Ramses Cordova on first. Oh, excuse me, Ramses Cordova already in the inning. After both of them singled to lead it off. A double steal off a strikeout by Rivera and an RBI ground out by Garrett Chun. Second pitch was low. It's 2-0. Here's the third. Spiked it into the ground. 3-0. And if I'm Gonzalez, I'm taking all the way here. Let him put you on.
Especially down 3 runs.
The 3-0. Breaking ball right down the middle.
Yeah, the get me over breaking ball. But he might still be taken here, but you do have to be careful of allowing another one.
Ball 4, low and away. Madonna misses with the fastball, and there's runners on the corners with 2 down, and here's Manny Sufrain.
And the last guy USF wants to see at bat here is Manny Sufrain. You can't really pitch him scared. You need to get this out here.
Yep.
But you have struck him out earlier in the game. But the other time he hit it right back up the middle.
Yep.
So
Singled, or struck out looking in the first, singled back up the middle in the 4th, and then was moved to third on an error by Butcher where he just straight up dropped the ball on a fly ball to right. First pitch to Manny. Is a ball outside and low. 1-0.
don't want to give him anything in his wheelhouse, nothing high. Probably going to keep everything around the knee area if he can.
The 1-0. Spiked in the dirt, 2-0. And you can tell that Madonna maybe is coming to the end of his rope here, as he has been wilder in this inning than he has been in the previous frames. 2-0. Wing and a foul tip into the glove, 2-1.
Was where he wanted it, just doesn't get a good connection with the ball.
Yeah, if you hang that breaking ball out there, and Sufrain was just a little bit out in front of it. And he swings and misses. That time the breaking ball dove into the dirt, and it's 2-2.
And that, you know, you have a hitter that likes to hit with power, you can take advantage of making balls look like stuff they want to swing at.
Check swing, did he go? Yes, strike 3 called.
For the Wildcats in the 5th, there were 1
And on
run,
all of those
2 hits,
pitches,
no errors, and 2
Madonna did a
gone.
great job of putting them in places that Sufrain wants to swing at, and just having that late break to him, you know, swings through all of them and has to sit down.
Yeah, unfortunate for Sufrain with a runner in scoring position. He leaves him on there with a strikeout. That'll do it for the Cats of the 5th. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left. And we go to the 6th. Wildcats on the board. It's 4-1 South Florida. We go to the 6th here at the Jack. Stuart Puckett leads off for South Florida. They're ahead 4-1 after the Wildcats got on the board in the bottom of the 5th. Carlos Yasmin is still on the mound. And a breaking ball misses outside to the lefty Puckett, who was hit by a pitch and scored on the homer by Brodil in the 2nd and then struck out in the 4th. His 2 trips to the plate tonight. Pitch. Grounded back up the middle. There's a base hit to center field. Hit right back where it came from. And for the 4th straight inning, the leadoff man is aboard.
Yeah, and we've seen some. Both teams have had done a great job of getting good contact on the ball. USF has just had more timely hitting, which is why they're up right now, 4-1. But the Wildcats did get a run, you know, in that 5th inning, and they were in position to get some more. But good pitching by Madonna shut that inning down for the Wildcats.
First pitch, a breaking ball high to Eric Snow, who's flying out to center twice in this contest. Snow, the All-AAC performer last year, and the runner goes to second. The pitch is a strike. It was bobbled behind the plate by Rodriguez, no throw, so a stolen base for Puckett. And so there's a runner on second with nobody out.
Yeah, Rodriguez popped up and, like, froze for a second. A long wait before the pitch.
And he fouls one away. Snow, the sophomore from Forsyth, Georgia, and Pearson's High School. Last year, the All-AAC freshman team and All-AAC first team is unanimous selection. Breaking ball chopped softly back toward the mound. Yasmin fields and fires. Now they go to third. Over there safely is Snow, or is Puckett rather. Puckett goes to third on the throw. Snow is out 1-3, and there's a runner on third with 1 out.
And that's intelligent base running by Puckett. Waits for the ball to be thrown to first. And as soon as that ball hit Sufrain's glove, he was about 2 or 3 strides out from being at third base. And Sufrain had to, you know, gather his throw before he threw it over. And it wasn't good time, but just, you know, just a little bit too late.
First pitch to Brodil is a breaking ball in the dirt. And it's 1-0. Brodil, the junior from Dunedin, where the Blue Jays have their training camp. Just all the MLB teams just left this week to head off to where they're starting their seasons. A breaking ball strike, 1-1.
Spring training is always a fun time to be a baseball fan in Florida, especially if you're a fan of a team that doesn't play anywhere close as a ball inside.
Like my dad, the Mets fan, we always try to get to one game every year. We were able to get to one last week.
Yeah, I mean, if you're in the AL East, you do get chances if you're, you know, want to take the trip out to Tampa for my Rays, but going to be a long season.
The 2-1. Chopper back towards the mound. Olison fires back home, and it's safe as the ball got away from Rodriguez. The throw was in time, but the catcher, Rodriguez, could not cover, and it is 5-1.
A beautiful throw from Olison. It just, Rodriguez went to try to apply the tag, and the ball just bobbles out, and that's just a tough play.
It's been the day of the bobble. We had Sufrain commit an error at first, bobbling a catch. Butcher and Wright dropping an easy catch, and now Rodriguez missing out on potentially saving a run there, as it's now 5-1 as Puckett crosses the plate. Brodil on first with a fielder's choice. Still just 1 out in the inning. And now here's the 9-hole hitter Cole Robertson, who's 0 for 2, grounded out to third, flying out to center. And they've now checked over at first on Brodil twice as Carlos Yasmin. 2 Wildcats are warming up in the first base bullpen. So this could be the last inning of work for Carlos, as the Wildcats just try and save as many arms as possible in this midweeker.
Oh,
And another drop ball by Rodriguez on the transfer as Brodil goes to second with a stolen base. It's been a tough night.
behind the dish for Rodriguez. Usually sure-handed. Just not at it today. But there's still time to make up for it, possibly with his bat.
The 1-0. Breaking ball outside and low, 2-0. It was a check swing by Robertson, but he did not go.
That's the beautiful thing about baseball. You can, especially with the DH rule and stuff, you can have the opportunity to make up for defensive errors with your bat on the other side.
High in the air, foul. First base side out of play. And it's 2-1.
Back behind the Budweiser bullpen out in right field.
The Bulls are led by head coach Billy Mole in his 7th season. The 2-1 is in there for a strike. Fastball inside corner, 2-2. Best achievement for Mole at USF was in 2021 when the Bulls won the AAC tournament and shocked the University of Florida in the regional round and went to the first super regional in franchise history. Off the end of the bat, flared into right. The second baseman, Olesen, trots back to make the catch, and there's 2 away.
Olesen's been all over the ball this inning.
That's his game. He's a rock defensively, even though sometimes his offense can struggle. He's also the defensive captain. Oftentimes when the ball's in the air, the ball's on the ground, you'll hear him shouting out where the play is to, directing traffic. Back to the top of the order, here's Drew Butcher. 2 down and Brodil on second. 1 already in the inning for the Bulls. It's a 5-1 lead. Pitch out trying to get the stealing Brodil, and he remains on second. Long look in, and a dance being done at second base by Brodil. Here's a slider ball inside, 2-0 to Butcher, who struck out in the first, singled and was caught stealing in the third, and then doubled and scored in the 5th. On the RBI ground out by Jackson Mayo. The 2-0 from Yasmin, chopped towards second. Olesen's on it, and he throws to first in time to end the inning. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 left. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. It's now 5-1. South Florida over Bethune-Cookman here on CatEye Network Radio. We go to the bottom of the 6th here at the Jack. The South Florida Bulls have a 5-1 lead. New pitcher for the Bulls is Tanner Mink, the righty, and we also have Daniel Figueroa pinch hitting. First pitch, a fastball right down the middle. Figueroa will bat for Jose Gonzalez-Febo. And that was right back up the middle. There's a base hit. He caught up to that breaking ball right by his shoe tops and poked it up the middle. And so Figueroa is on.
Yep. And outside of that home run, a lot of the balls have been hit have been hit into play, have stayed on the ground. Seen a lot of drives at the middle, up the space between the first and second baseman and the shortstop and third baseman. Seen some cut the corner around third.
First pitch outside to the batter, Jorge Rodriguez. The new pitcher of his, Tanner Mink. He's a redshirt senior from Palm Harbor, and he's a career Bull. Slider misses outside of the righty 2-0. He's a right-hander, making his 9th appearance of the season. He's pitched 12 and 2/3 innings, giving up 10 runs on 19 hits. And that one is skied into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. A little rocket off the bat of Jorge Rodriguez, and there's 2 on with nobody out for the 2nd straight inning for Bethune-Cookman.
And the Wildcats did this in the first inning. They got on Madonna early, but then 2 strikeouts from him got him out of that inning. So it's going to be interesting to see if they can keep it on Mink, try to run him out of here before he can even really get going.
And another pinch hitter for Bethune-Cookman as the bench starts to empty. This is Frankie Feblis. As he squares to bunt, watches the pitch go outside. Feblis will bat in the 7th spot and take over third base for Vasquez. Here's the 1-0, squares to bunt again, drops it right back to the pitcher. They go to first to get the out, and the sacrifice works. 1-3, and both runners advanced, and now it's 2nd and 3rd with 1 out. Figueroa on 3rd, Rodriguez on 2nd. And now is Ramses Cordova. Here's the rest of Mink's numbers. This inning has gone by pretty quickly. As I mentioned, he's got a 7.11 ERA, 10 runs on 19 hits, 9 strikeouts, 4 walks. First pitch, a ball low to Cordova. He's allowed 3 doubles, 2 triples, has hit 1 batter. And again, has a 7.11 ERA, but already head coach Billy Mole is out there to talk to him.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely not the start to the inning you wanted out of your guy in relief, especially up 4. You basically let everybody on base outside of a guy who went to bunt. And, you know, you already threw a ball.
And it's not been soft contact
No.
either. It's been a hard ground ball right back up the middle, and then a rocket liner to left by Figueroa and Rodriguez, respectively. They're on 3rd and 2nd, respectively, after the sack bunt by Frankie Feblis. And Ramses Cordova is in the box with a 1-0 count. Cordova in the game flied to center his first time up and then singled and scored in the 5th pitch. He pops it up behind the plate. That will go foul into the netting. And it's 1-1. That was in on the hands. Mink is a right-hand pitcher. I'm not going to say he's a side armor truly, but his arm angle is a little bit flatter than most pitchers you'll see come over the top. And the righty deals a check swing, ball goes low, 2-1. Because of that arm angle is kind of flat, he gets a little extra bite on that slider. And it's hit high in the air to left field, not deep. Brodil makes the catch. Tagging and coming home from 3rd is Figueroa. He scores, and the Wildcats have lowered the gap to 5-2. And now there's 2 away, and here's Colton Olison, who grounded out in the 3rd, singled and
The
was
batter,
stranded
second
on
baseman,
3rd
number 2, Colton
in the 5th.
Olison.
With 2 down. Leadoff singles for Daniel Figueroa and Jorge Rodriguez, and then Frankie Febles a sac bunt. Ramses Cordova a sac fly, and the first pitch a slider strike at the knees to Olison. But the Bulls have done a great job even after getting in these 2-on nobody out situations, where they've been in 3 times. That is a rocket down the left field line. It is fair. It's going to go all the way to the corner. Rounding 3rd and coming home is Rodriguez. He'll score standing up. It's a ribby double for Colton Olison. And the Wildcats lower the gap to 5-3.
And they've added on to Mink's ERA in this inning.
And we have a bit of a confusion here, as the home plate umpire says he called it a foul ball. And so that's not going to happen. Olison will just be charged with a long strike. Rodriguez goes back to 2nd. Unbelievable. From here,
That looks
I
fair.
thought it looked fair to me.
And
And we're sitting right behind the home plate umpire. So it is back to being 5-2. And now Olison staring down the barrel of an 0-2 count, and Mink has just been given a gift. Here's the 0-2. Outside 1-2. So Olison, apparently that one was foul. Looked good to me down the left field line for an RBI double, but Rodriguez goes back to 2nd. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, 3rd base side, and it's through the glove of Monke, and everybody's safe.
And that's one of those ball doesn't lie moments, I guess, you know.
I think I just heard somebody say that from the BCU dugouts. Well, it's not a ribby double, but it is a single that extends the inning and moves Rodriguez to 3rd. So now runners on the corners for Sergio Rivera.
Now batting, center fielder number 19, Sergio Rivera.
Rivera singled in the 1st, but was run out on a fielder's choice by Garrett Chun. Then he's grounded out in the 3rd, struck out in the 5th, and he struck out with runners on 2nd and 3rd in the 5th as well. So we are officially calling that an error on Monke to allow Olison to reach. And
Olison
after
won.
the first pitch, a swing and miss, he's going to get a talking to from his pitching coach, Derek Cartaya. And Coach Hernandez is going to trot in from 3rd. Both runners are going to come in from the corners. And we'll have another discussion about what to do next. Make sure you are representing Bethune-Cookman University Athletics to the fullest. Buy the latest BCU gear online at the Bethune-Cookman online store. Go to bcuathletics.com and click on shop to find the newest BCU clothing and apparel. That's bcuathletics.com, and click on shop. And stay up to date with everything Bethune-Cookman Athletics by checking out the Wildcats on social media. Give BCU Athletics a like on Facebook and follow the Wildcats on Twitter and Instagram at BCU_athletics. For the latest on BCU baseball, follow at BCU Diamond Cats on Twitter and Instagram. You aren't going to want to miss all the great behind-the-scenes content being put out by our social media team.
No, not at all.
Gina, Eli, Sabrina in the house today doing great work for us on the CatEye Network's social side. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball called, strike at the knees, and an 0-2 count again. Here's Mink's chance to get out of the inning and only give up 1 run instead of 2. Mink's 0-2 to Rivera. Runner goes, ball low, and it's 1-2. It'll be a stolen base for Olison as he trots to 2nd with no throw.
Yep, they were scared of that double steal, so they just let him walk in.
The Wildcats have done that to a couple of teams, Northwestern, Maine, Mississippi Valley. Pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt, 2-2.
And you got to feel for Olison, who went from a RBI double to an error.
Yeah, now he's standing on 2nd, but the run didn't score. 2-2, 2 out. Runners on 2nd and 3rd. Here's the pitch. It's grounded, fair ball, into left field, there's a base hit. Rounding third and coming home is Rodriguez. Following is Olison, he will score. It's a 2 RBI single for Sergio Rivera. And the Wildcats are within 1, it's 5-4.
Clutch piece of hitting from Sergio Rivera. And you went from giving up 2 runs in the inning to giving up 3. And now you still have a runner at first base.
Rodriguez scores from third, Olison from second. And the Wildcats have plated 4 runs in the last 2 innings, and that might be the end for Mink. He may just go 2/3. Nope, he is gonna stay out there as there's a meeting behind home plate, as I think we're gonna have a pinch hitter here for Bethune-Cookman. Coach Hernandez talking to home plate umpire Manuel Fleitas. So that long foul ball, no, we do have a new pitcher, excuse me. Mink is done after just 2/3 of an inning. He gave up 3 runs on 3 hits. There was an error, and he is responsible for Rivera at first. The new pitcher for the Bulls is
Lawson Gailey, coming into tonight with a 4.66 ERA, 1 win in 4 appearances, 1 game started, 9 2/3 innings pitched on 7 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned, 2 walks and 10 strikeouts, 1 double, a home run, only allowing 2 batting average of 200 against them. And as I said, yeah.
He is a sophomore from Livonia, Georgia, out of Franklin County High School, and was the Georgia High School 3A Pitcher of the Year and 2 times an All-State performer at Livonia. Last year in his freshman season made 16 appearances on the mound with 10 starts. As a true freshman, went 2-5 with a 4.09 ERA and 27 strikeouts, and he will be tasked to get the Bulls back to the dugout after they've given up 3 runs in this inning, 4 over the last 2, and they've seen their lead go from 5-1 to 5-4.
Some timely hitting from the Wildcats that they'll hope to continue here.
Gailey, the right-hand pitcher. Garrett Chun will be the batter. The first pitch to him is a swing and a liner. Fair ball. That one's going to get down into right field. Rounding second, rounding third. Coming home is Rivera. Here's the relay to the plate. Rivera is safe as the throw is cut off by the pitcher, and the Wildcats have tied the game. It's another RBI for Garrett Chun, his 2nd of the night and 23rd of the season.
And Rivera went to steal on that pitch, and that's the reason he was able to come home on that Chun single.
And the Wildcat 6th continues. Here's Jose Gonzalez with now 1 on, 2 down again. First pitch, a fastball missed outside of the righty, 1-0.
And the 2-out curse has shifted from the Wildcats to the Bulls, as they've had 2 outs for most of this inning.
They throw back to first. Chun slides in safely. This is the 5th appearance of the season for Gailey on the mound. Pitched against North Florida, North Carolina A&T, UNC Greensboro, and last week against Florida A&M. Pitch. Little cut fastball. A fastball inside. The Wildcat bench doesn't agree.
The nice thing about having a big crowd here at the Jack.
Did you just say that? Almost say the Trop?
Yeah, I almost said the Trop.
We are not in Tampa.
No,
the Bulls are from Tampa.
Yeah, I got thrown off. But nice thing about having a big crowd is that the crowd can say what a bench cannot.
There's a nice crowd out here for a Tuesday night at the Jack. The 2-1. Inside 3-1. Runner goes. Here's the throw to second. And out is Garrett Chun.
And in an inning that at one point was 2 strikes, 2 outs to Olison, ends with a tied 5-5 ball game heading into the 7th inning.
4 runs, 4 hits, 1 error, nobody left. And we go to the 7th inning of play. The Wildcats have tied the ball game at 5 here on CatEye Network Radio. New pitcher for Bethune-Cookman as we go to the 7th, all tied at 5. Here on CatEye Network Radio between the Bulls of South Florida and the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. New pitcher is Patrick Groark. Fastball upstairs, missed it to Ben Rosenblum. Groark, a senior from Land O'Lakes and a transfer from Florida State College at Jacksonville. Pitch in on the hands, ball 2. He's thrown 2 straight fastballs. A couple more defensive alignments. Sergio Rivera goes from center to right, replacing Jorge Gonzalez-Fabo. Daniel Figueroa replaces him in center. There's a fastball low, so 3 straight fastballs out of the zone to start for Groark. And it's 3-0 on Rosenblum. Also, Frankie Febles replaces Vasquez at third. And it's ball 4, so a 4-pitch walk, an inauspicious start to Groark's appearance on the mound. And the Bulls have the first man aboard for the 5th straight inning.
Yeah, I mean,
Now batting for the Bulls.
can't say they haven't had people on base. They just haven't taken advantage of that, really, outside of that huge second inning for them.
And they scored 3 runs thanks to the 2-run homer by Brodil. And again, the Wildcats diligently checking runners over at first. The Bulls do have 2 successful steals tonight, both in the 6th. They check him again, and they've been caught stealing twice, once on Mayo in the 1st and once on Butcher in the 3rd. And the first pitch to Mayo, swing and a miss at a fastball low, and it's 0-1. Groark pitching on little rest as he was in action against Florida A&M over the weekend. Pitch hit high in the air to left field, not deep. Garrett Chun moves over and makes the catch. And there's one away, and he fires back in to keep Rosenblum at first. Garrett Chun's had an eventful night. 2 RBIs, a couple of catches in left field, including a pretty magnificent one back in the 5th on the run.
John Montez.
And now here's Montez, who is 0 for 3 with 3 pop-outs. 2 to second, 1 to left. And they check over at first again. The throw is high. Manny Sufrain corrals it. They've already had 1 error to allow a runner to advance off a missed throw to first. Don't want to do it again. 1 down, top 7. Rosenblum on first after a leadoff walk. They check him again. Rosenblum is the top stealer for this South Florida team. He's attempted 14 steals, been successful 12 times, and has one of the 3 steals that the Bulls have. He goes, here's the throw, and the ball pops out of the glove of Cordova. Throw was there in time, but it's going to be another successful stolen base for Rosenblum, his 2nd of the night. The pitch was a strike, and the count is 0-1 to Montez. Bulls just trying to keep manufacturing runs like they've done all night. Pitch, swing and a miss from Montez, and he ends up in the other batter's box. He swung at that one so hard.
Yeah, almost ended up on the floor, does Montez. Even if he made contact with it, I doubt he'd have been able to make it at first.
Groark ahead 0-2 in the count. He deals. Swing and a miss again. He got him with the cut fastball. And there's 2 outs in the inning. So after the leadoff walk, he's gotten an easy pop-up and a strikeout. But a runner still in scoring position with Rosenblum on second. And here's Joaquin Monque. He's been on 2 out of 3 times he's been up. Reached on a single in the 1st and a walk in the 4th. And a ball, the first pitch to him, and it's 1-0. And then he grounded out in the 5th for his 3rd plate appearance, did Monque. And he tips one into the glove for strike 1, 1-1. Groark on the season, he's got 10 innings pitched even. He's allowed 4 runs on 7 hits, 3 earned, striking out 9, walking 5 for a .270 ERA. And the 1-1 is low, 2-1. And he's got this kind of herky jerk motion. It's not very fluid. He brings his legs straight up, puts it straight down, and it almost looks like it's having a hard time rendering if it was a video. Runner goes to third. He'll be there safely with no throw. And another stolen base in this inning for Rosenblum. So he reached with a walk, stole second, stole third, and now with a 3-1 count to Monkey. With 2 down, Rosenblum is 90 feet away. Here's the pitch. There's a strike at the knees, 3-2. The 3-2. Breaking ball missed outside, trying to get him to swing. Second walk of the inning for Gork, and he'll have to see another batter. That batter will be Stuart Puckett. With runners on the corners now. And 2 down. Wildcats trying to maintain the 5-5 status quo here. Puckett was hit by a pitch and scored on the home run by Brodell in the first, struck out in the fourth, singled, stole second, and scored off the sac fly by Cole Robertson in the sixth.
Letting everybody know that USF has one more offensive conference.
Yeah. Well, Puckett took, I think, a little bit too much time getting into the batter's box, getting his instructions from his third base coach. Here's the pitch. Ground ball foul. And it is 0-1. Gork, the senior, has been one of the better arms that the Wildcats have had out of the pen this season. Runner goes to second. The ball is low. 1-1 the count. No throw down there, and it's an easy stolen base for Moncase. And now second and third with 2 outs. The pressure mounts on Patrick Gork on the hill. And now a completely dark night sky. Pitch low, 2-1. Hands on heads from the Bethune-Cookman dugout. They thought that one was good. Here's the 2-1. Gork looks at his wrist. Now taps the ball into that bright blue glove and deals. Hit high in the air to left field and deep. Going back, Chun. Back, track, wall. He makes the catch on the track to end the inning.
Great catch by Chun. You might have been able to hear on the broadcast how happy about that defensive play the Wildcats faithful were.
No runs, no hits, 2 left, and the game remains tied at 5 as we head to the bottom of the 7th here on CatEye Network Radio. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Jose Gonzalez leads off after he was in the batter's box when Garrett Chun was caught stealing to end the bottom of the 6th for Bethune-Cookman. First pitch sky high on the infield first base side. Moving in, the first baseman dives and makes the catch. What a play by Puckett. He had to track it in the wind and eventually laid out full chest to the ground to snag it.
A great catch by Puckett. Kind of makes a mare of it because it ends up just being slightly to his left. And then the funniest part is that his pitcher was standing right pretty much where he dove at.
But
Great catch.
well, Mink did not Mink. I apologize. Gailey, who's the pitcher now, did a great job, right? Because if the first baseman in that situation calls you off, you're supposed to back off and let him get it. First pitch is strike to Manny Sufrain, 1 down in the inning. And the ball low, and it's 1-1. Gailey came in after Mink gave up 4 runs. And Sufrain grounds that one foul outside of first base, 1-2. And he didn't actually, but he gave up the RBI single to Chun. So Gailey is responsible for 1 of those 4 runs. Check swing from Sufrain. He did swing, strike 3. Yeah. And 2 down in the inning. Nobody has gone 1-2-3 since the Wildcats did it in the 2nd.
The batter is center fielder number 20, Daniel Figueroa.
Lots of runners on base tonight for both teams. And here's Daniel Figueroa, who pinch hit for Jorge Gonzalez-Fabo and started off the 6th with a single. He eventually came around to score on the sac fly by Ramses Cordova. First pitch to him, a strike at the knees. Gailey working quickly, squares to bunt, pulls it back, pitch goes low, and it's 1-1. Figueroa slaps it foul. Third base side out of play, 1-2. This AB is going exactly the same as Sufrain's did.
Yeah.
Strike ball foul. Figueroa, a junior from Toa Alta in Puerto Rico. Here's the 1-2, swing and a miss. And he was fooled by the high cheese, and 1-2-3 go the Wildcats. A great inning for Billy Gailey on the mound.
Yep, shuts it down there.
As he gets 2 strikeouts and an easy pop-up, we go to the 8th, still tied at 5 here on CatEye Network Radio. To the 8th inning we go. We are tied at 5 between the South Florida Bulls and the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. We appreciate your company on CatEye Network Radio this evening. My name is Michael Torello. Henson White joins me for this game that we thought would kind of slide away from the Wildcats until the 6th when they plated 4 runs to tie it up. Patrick Gork still on the mound, and he sees that pitch laced to the left center field. That's going to get to the wall. Turning for second is Eric Snow. He's going to be there with a stand-up double, and for the 6th straight inning, the leadoff man is on for South Florida.
It might be illegal for these Bulls to go 1-2-3.
They have not done it tonight outside of the first inning, and even then, Mayo walked and then was caught stealing, so John Montez was technically at the plate in that inning.
Number 1, Marcus Brodell.
And the only innings that they didn't leave any runners on base was the first and the second. And the second because everybody came home on the home run. Here's the man that hit that home run, Marcus Brodell. And he watches ball 1 downstairs from Patrick Gork. who last year appeared in 35 games for Florida State College at Jacksonville. That one is lined to short.
What a
catch by Cordova. Leaping glove above his head to snag it for out number 1. Woo!
An amazing catch. And the funny thing is, if the second baseman stays, might have a double play there. But
Yeah, well,
he was ready for the cutoff and all that stuff. So
if Snow is a little bit more aggressive, you probably do get a double play. But it was smart base running to not go too far away from the bag before that ball crossed out of the infield. Here's the pitch from Gork. Breaking ball outside and low to Cole Robertson, who's 0 for 3. Grounded out to third, flied out to center, and popped up in the infield. His 3 at-bats tonight. He's made contact every time. Here's the 1-0 from Patrick. They spin and a throwback to second. Back safely is Snow. Snow before that double was 0 for 3. 2 flyouts to center and a ground ball right back to the pitcher.
And
Here
pitching
comes
coach must have saw something in that interaction, because he walked out with a purpose.
Noel Sanchez, the pitching coach, comes out to talk to Patrick Gork. There is a Wildcat in a maroon cap, gold jersey and white pants, warming up in the bullpen down the first base side. But this is not going to be a pitching change, since this is not Coach Hernandez. Come be a part of BCU Athletics and support the CatEye Network. If your business is interested in partnering with us here on the CatEye Network, you can reach out to the Wildcats Athletics Communications Department at BCU Sports Info at Cookman.edu. That's BCU Sports Info at Cookman.edu. And there is no BC without you. Show your support for Bethune-Cookman Athletics by joining the Wildcat Champions Club today. Help us build a championship culture here at Bethune-Cookman. You can donate and join at cookman.scalefunder.com. That's cookman.scalefunder.com. And, of course, Giving Day was last week, but there's still time to support this athletic program.
Plenty of time.
The 1-0 to the batter, Robertson, with Snow on second after his leadoff double, and Brodil lined out to short after a spectacular grab by Cordova. That likely saved a run. Pitch in the dirt, 2-0. And Gork started the 7th inning when he just came on a little bit shakily too, allowing a walk, 2 stolen bases, and eventually it was second and third with 2 down before he got Stuart Puckett to fly out deep to left. Pitch. That's just low as the ball pops out of the glove of Rodriguez. 3-0.
And now you might just let him walk.
The top of the order coming up for the Bulls. It is ball 4. 4-pitch walk to Robertson. And there's 2 on with 1 out.
And you'd rather not leave Brutcher with two base runners. You probably would want to, in hindsight, attack Robertson some more.
Well, here is Drew Brutcher, the national leader in walks in Division I with 33, although he doesn't have one tonight. Struck out in the first, singled and was caught stealing in the third. He lines one right to Manny Sufrain, and it goes off his glove. On to second for 1. On to third. The runner is safe. Well, if Sufrain catches that, that's the end of the inning, because he's just going to go step on first base and get Robertson, who was on his way to second, and Manny Sufrain is down in a little bit of discomfort, and we hope that didn't come off his forearm or wrist.
Yeah, it looked like it hit him in the chest area.
So Robertson is out 4-6. Brutcher is at first on a fielder's choice. Eric Snow goes to third. There's 2 outs in the inning. And for the second straight inning, the Wildcats will face a 2-on, 2-out situation. And for someone as instrumental to this team, both offensively and defensively, as Manny Sufrain is, it's tough to see him down on the first base line right now with the trainer looking at his wrist. He's obviously in some discomfort, as that was a rocket off the bat by Brutcher. And it went right into his glove, but popped straight out. It was hit so hard. Sufrain looks like he might try and stay in the game here.
Yeah. tough competitor, Soufrain. So
Not sure who you would place at first with if Soufrain does decide to retire. We've seen, not backup catcher, but catcher 1A, Irvin Escobar play some first base this season. But Soufrain's going to remain in there.
Ben Rosenblum.
And Ben Rosenblum, the catcher, is going to have a chance to give the Bulls the lead. It's 5-5 in the top of the 8th. There are 2 outs. Snow is on third after a leadoff double, and Coach Hernandez is going to go out to talk to Patrick Gork, and we may have a pitching change to elongate this stoppage of play. Well, BCU baseball returns to Jackie Robinson Ballpark Thursday at 7 p.m. for the first of a 3-game SWAC series against Alabama A&M's. The Bulldogs are in town. Tickets are just $10 or free with a student ID. You can come out and watch the Wildcats, or if you're further afield, you can listen to CatEye Network Radio's coverage of all 3 games in that SWAC series. Remember, it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday this week, as we are going to the bullpen, I believe, as Patrick Gork departs. Gork goes an inning and a third, gives up 1 hit, 2 walks, struck out 1 that is responsible for both runners on base. And I'm not sure who is going to come in to pitch.
Jeffrey Gonzalez looks like he's the man for the hour in a win in Rome kind of pitching shift for Coach Hernandez, who's already out talking to Soufrain after his.
Oh, and the first pitch that Jeffrey Gonzalez threw as a warm-up went way past the glove of Rodriguez into the backstop. So Jeffrey Gonzalez is the new pitcher for Bethune-Cookman. He is the 4th arm of the night, and he will try and salvage this situation with runners on the corners and 2 down here in the 8th inning in a 5-5 ball game. Jeffrey Gonzalez is a junior from Port St. Lucie in Florida and a transfer from Indian River State College. Last year for the Pioneers of Indian River State, appeared in 14 games, all out of the bullpen. Had a 3.03 ERA. Struck out 48 to just 22 walks and was an all-conference performer. This year, this is his 9th appearance of the season. In 12 1/3 innings pitched, he's given up 8 runs on 12 hits, 6 earned. With 8 walks, 15 strikeouts, he's allowed 3 doubles, 1 triple, no homers. He's got a 4.38 ERA, but crucially, he's hit 6 batters in 12 1/3 innings of work. The first batter to face him is Ben Rosenblum, who struck out in the first and singled the next 2 times and then walked in the 7th. And the first pitch to him is softly grounded to third, stabbed by Febles, and he tags out the runner at second. That's the end of the inning.
1 pitch showing.
Well, a 1 pitch showing is all that's needed for Jeffrey Gonzalez to get out of it. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. 5-5 here at the Jack between the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats and the South Florida Bulls on CatEye Network Radio. Lawson Gailey is still on the mound for South Florida as we head to the bottom of the 8th. The catcher, Jorge Rodriguez, will lead off for Bethune-Cookman. Wildcats trying to increase their home record this season to, this one's hit high in the air, but just back of the infield dirt. He dropped it.
Drop.
The shortstop, Snow, went out to grab it. He reached up and he dropped the ball. That's the second fielding error of the game for South Florida. You know, Butcher had one in right field where he just plain old dropped an easy one. Now Snow's got one, and the Wildcats have the leadoff man on with an error. Everybody's got a case of the dropsies today, and A.J. Smith is going to go pinch run.
Your attention, please. Pinch running at first base for the Wildcats. Number 1, A.J. Smith.
And that's the catcher,
Now batting for the
Rodriguez.
Cats, third baseman, number 10, Frankie
Yes,
Febles.
we'll probably see Escobar come in to catch next inning. Here's Frankie Febles as A.J. Smith, the speedster, is on first, and they immediately go over to check on him. Scouting report says that he likes to steal. Wouldn't also be surprised if Febles puts down the bunt here. He does square to bunt. Here's the pitch, and it's a strike as it misses his glove, and it's 0-1. A.J. Smith, a junior from Kilgore, Texas. And a transfer from Wharton County Junior College. And another bunt attempt is pulled back. This one outside a ball. Frankie Febles at the plate. He bunted his first time up as well, pushed 2 runners across, or 2 runners from first and second to second and third with a sac bunt. Back in the 6th, that was when the Wildcats scored 4 runs to tie the game. And we got A.J. Smith pinch running on first with nobody out thanks to an error. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul straight back. Interesting, he went for the swing with only 1 strike. And now he's going to have to swing the bat with 2 strikes here. 1 and 2 the count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strikeout. A.J. Smith goes to second. He is safe on the stolen base. But Febles strikes out, so there's 1 away in the inning. I'm guessing that's the same as a sac bunt.
Yeah.
So
Now
Another
batting
one of those.
shortstop,
Yeah.
number 36, Ramses Cordova.
and now with 1 down, a runner on second. Here's Ramses Cordova. Cordova has flown out twice, once to left, once to center. And the first pitch to him is a swing and a miss. Fastball downstairs, 0-1. The time he didn't fly out was he ripped a single into right field, and he eventually came around to score. That was the first Wildcat run of the game back in the 5th. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, check swing. Did he go? No, and it's 1-1. And Derek Cartaya is going to come out and talk to his hitter. Cartaya, the former player and assistant coach at Florida International, has moved about 5 hours up the coast here to Bethune-Cookman. This is his first year on Coach Hernandez's staff after last year's hitting coach Jose Carballo is now with the University of Missouri in the SEC. And Cordova stands back in. Cordova hitting .254 in the season, but it seems like every time he gets a hit, it's a big one. Can he get another one here? The 1-1. Swing and a miss late on the fastball that dove away. He's got a little bit of tail to that fastball that cuts in to right-handed hitters. Rare for a right-handed pitcher, does Gailey. And now, Cordova behind 1-2. Pitch. Watches the fastball in there for strike 3. And after allowing the leadoff man off an error, 4 out of the last 5 Bethune-Cookman batters have struck out by Gailey's hand, and now 2 outs for Colton Olison.
And Colton Olison got an error. Ripped almost a double, but
First pitch in the dirt. Smith tried to go to third, but stopped halfway through. Great job by Rosenboom behind the plate to keep that in front of him. Olesen grounded out to short in the third, singled, and was stranded in the fifth, and then reached on an error in the sixth that eventually came around to score on the RBI single by Sergio Rivera. First pitch to Olesen is hit in the air to left field and deep, and Brodil is going to watch it into his glove at the track. Olesen made good contact, but just came up short. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 left. We go to the ninth, tied at 5 here on CatEye Network Radio. We go to the ninth, tied at 5 at the Jack. Jackson Mayo leads off for South Florida. And I have lost my pencil. I'm not sure where it went. It went right there. I got it. First pitch, a breaking ball missing high from the pitcher Jeffrey Gonzalez, who came in with 2 away in the 8th and needed 1 pitch to get Rosenblum to ground out. Mayo fouls one out of play, 1-1. This game, at one point, looking like it was going to be an easy Bulls win. They were up 5-1. And the Wildcats played 4 in the 6th to tie it. It's high in the air, left field and deep. That ball is gone. Jackson Mayo has given the Bulls a 6-5 lead in the 9th. That was Oppo Taco. He got all of it.
Pushed it, went over the foul pole and all. Deep, deep left field.
Jackson Mayo's team leading 5th home run of the season gives the Bulls a 6-5 lead. And now here's John Montez. And Jeffrey Gonzalez got to regain his composure as a curveball finds the outside corner for strike 1. Breaking ball, not sure where that missed, but it did. It's 1-1.
Missed in the umps. 9.
Must have been low. That's the only place on the plate that's blocked from our view here behind home plate. Here's the 1-1. Fastball, there's a strike. At the knees, and it's 1-2. So now the job for Jeffrey Gonzalez is just to limit the damage here, keep it to a 1-run deficit. The Wildcats have a chance in the bottom of the 9th. Pitch. Off the end of the bat, down the left field line. That is going to go foul barely. And the Wildcats get a little bit lucky there, because if that's about 6 inches to the right, that's a double.
Yep.
At minimum.
Really needs this strikeout here. Cannot afford to make this a multi-run game heading into the 9th. Or bottom of the 9th, right?
Well, and then everything that's been hit off of Gonzalez in this inning has been opposite field. by two left-handed hitters. Mayo powered one out over the left field wall, opposite field, and now Montez, another lefty, poked one down the left field line that was just foul. The count is 1-2. Gonzalez will deal from the stretch. Ball low and inside, 2-2. Gonzalez's longest outing of the game was 7 days ago against North Florida. Went 3 full innings. Pitch fouled way left side. That was another hard hit ball. Lookout athletic trainer had to jump out of the way. Went 3 full innings, didn't give up a run, didn't give up a hit. Struck out 4, walked 1. Another one of these strong performances. That one ripped down the first baseline. Home run distance, but not home run accuracy. It'll go foul over the Budweiser bullpen. Montez saw what Mayo did, and now he's chasing the fence. We'll do the 2-2 once again. The pitch in the dirt, 3-2.
And Montez has made contact with every swing. And has made good contact with every swing.
The righty deals the full count delivery, missed his spot outside, ball 4. And so the leadoff home run, and now Gonzalez had a 1-2 count and eventually walked John Montez, and now here's Joaquin Monque, singled and scored in the first,
Number 29, third baseman, Joaquin
walked in the
Monque.
4th, grounded out in the 5th, walked in the 7th. So he is 1 for 2 with 2 walks is Monque. And he squares to bunt. They check back over to first. Montez slides back in safely. After this, the Bulls will go north to Charlotte, North Carolina to play the 49ers of Charlotte University. Squaring to bunt again. He bunts it foul, first base side, and it's 0-1. After that, they'll be in DeLand to play Stetson on April the 2nd. And their next time back home at USF Baseball Stadium is April 5th, 6th, and 7th, the conference series against Wichita State.
A wrestling night.
They square to bunt again, and it hit him. And it's a foul ball because it hit the bat as Monque pulled the bat up to protect his face, and it hit the bat, and that's a foul ball. So the Wildcats a little bit lucky there.
If he just stays straight up, he probably gets that free pass, but sometimes your brain fights your baseball there.
The count holds 0-2. Gonzalez throws over to first, and Montez wasn't even off the bag. He was just standing there. Said, what do you want? What do you want to do with me for? Checks his wrist, gets the sign. And the 0-2. Breaking ball, missed it high. 1-2. And the Wildcats pitchers as a staff, once they get a 2-strike count, they start to nibble instead of attacking and trying to force some soft contact. The 1-2. Breaking ball hit high in the air to center field and deep. Moving over Figueroa, he makes the catch. And Montez has to retreat all the way back to first. He had rounded second by the time that dropped into Figueroa's glove. And there's one down in the inning.
Yeah, that's what having good speed will get you. You can test the waters, kind of.
I mean, there's been plenty of drops today, so you never know. Here's Stuart Puckett. Was hit by a pitch and came around to score on the home run by Brodell in the first. Struck out in the 4th, singled and scored in the 6th, and flew out to left in the 7th. 1 on, 1 out pitch. Already 1 in the inning on the leadoff solo shot by Jackson Mayo. It was the first pitch of the inning. So the first 2 pitches that Gonzalez threw in this outing was a soft ground ball to get out of the last inning out of a jam, and then a leadoff home run to Mayo. Another lefty at the plate in Puckett. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball hammered towards first, past the diving glove of Sufrain into right field for a base hit. And the ball gets past Olison at the cutoff. Will roll through the infield with no extra damage done. Montez goes to second, and there's first and second, one out. There has not been a double play in this game by either side. Wildcats would love one now, and Coach Hernandez looks like he's going to use his 5th pitcher of the game as he trots out to the mound to potentially relieve Jeffrey Gonzalez of his duties. A couple of short stints for Wildcat pitchers tonight. Yasmin 2 1/3, Gork 1 2/3, Gonzalez just 2/3 of an inning. And now he is done. 2/3 for Gonzalez. He only threw 19 pitches. Gave up a run on 2 hits. Walked 1. Didn't strike out anybody. And the Wildcats will go to their 5th pitcher of the game. Obviously, not what you would want if you're Bethune-Cookman. With a game looming just 2 days from today, and your usual weekend leadoff guy, Tanner Bocabello, not going to go in that Thursday night game. He's out with illness. So it'll be Joel Corey, the freshman, to slide into the Thursday night spot against Alabama A&M. And it'll be Pablo Torres, the Wildcat closing pitcher, on to just hold this at a 1-run game and give the Wildcats potentially a chance in the bottom of the 9th. Pablo Torres is sophomore out of Orlando, Florida, and he prepped at Central Point Academy, excuse me. 15 appearances last year. It'll be his 7th appearance of 2024. In 7 2/3 innings, he's allowed 6 runs on 8 hits, all earned, striking out 6 and walking 6. His only extra base hit allowed was a home run given up against Northwestern. And his ERA is 7.04, although heavily inflated by that Northwestern game. Other than that, where he gave up 5 runs. He's only given up a run one other time, and that was against Florida Gulf Coast back on the 23rd of February. His last 2 outings against Maine and Florida A&M were both stellar, where he gave up 1 hit and no runs combined in 2 appearances. Eric Snow will be the batter. He led off the last inning with a double, was stranded on 3rd. Before that, he flew out to center twice and grounded back out to the pitcher. Runners on 1st and 2nd with 1 out for the Bulls, 1 already in the inning on the solo home run by Mayo. First pitch from Torres, breaking ball strike inside corner, 0-1.
The Wildcats would love a double play here. Just end the inning, get us to our hitters, get us to the top of our order.
Ground ball towards second. Olesen goes to second for 1, and that'll be all there is, as a tough slide by Puckett knocks Olesen off balance, and he can't throw to first. So Montez goes to 3rd. Puckett out on the base paths 4-6, and Snow aboard on first with a fielder's choice. So for the 3rd straight inning, the Bulls have runners on the corners with 2 down. And here is Coach Hernandez is going out to say that slide that took Olesen out of the play. It was a slow roller towards second, so I'm not sure there would have been a play at first anyway.
Yeah. But Coach Hernandez will tell the ump that was a dangerous slide.
He will get his word in. There is no doubt about that, as he is still consulting with the 3rd base umpire, Charles Reddick. All these umpire names should be familiar to you if you frequent our broadcast. All 3 SWAC officials that will be in and around here all season. Brodil is the batter, as that conference with the umpire doesn't really lead anywhere. Oh, no, they're going to get a conference between Terrell Poole at first and Charles Reddick at third, the 2 umpires. And now they'll bring in the crew chief flightists for good measure. I don't think anything will come of this. Let's talk about Brodil. He had a 2-run home run in the 2nd that put the Bulls up 3-0. Then he was hit by a pitch and stranded on first in the 4th, reached on a fielder's choice and was stranded on second in the 6th, and then lined out to a beautiful leaping grab by Ramses Cordova in the 8th. And that grab by Cordova definitely saved a run for the Wildcats because there was a man on second in John Montez, or in Eric Snow rather, who was ready to race all the way down if that one had gotten past Cordova's
Now
glove.
batting for USF, left field
An
number
elite
1,
catch from
Marcus Brodell.
And all the big hits for the Bulls have been from lefties opposite field. Both home runs have, and the almost one from Montez earlier in the inning. Pitch. Breaking ball, strike one.
And Torres just wants to get out of the inning at this point.
2 outs. Runners on the corners. Wildcats down 6-5. And that one's fouled away, and Torres is 1 strike away from getting out of the inning. Pablo has maybe the best fastball on this staff. It'll run low to mid-90s. We saw that last year when he came in the tournament and blew some of these SWAC hitters away with that speed. The 0-2, pitch out. Bulls attempt the double steal, but Montez remains foot firmly planted on third. Eric Snow goes to second on a stolen base. Second and third now with 2 down. Torres' 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got Brodell on the fastball.
USF in the ninth, there was 1 run.
1 run,
no errors,
2 hits, and 2
on.
left.
Move to the bottom of
And
the
we
ninth.
go to the bottom of the
Score,
ninth.
USF 6,
Wildcats,
TCU 1.
backs against the wall, down 6-5 here on CatEye Network Radio. We go to the bottom of the ninth, and out hitting the Bulls 9-7, the Wildcats find themselves trailing 6-5 here in the ninth. And they will face the sophomore right-hander Chandler Dorsey, the sophomore out of Lakeland, Florida, and George Jenkins High School. And it'll be the top of the Wildcats' order to face him. Sergio Rivera leads off.
Right fielder, number 19, Sergio Rivera.
Rivera on the night singled and was run out on the base pass at a fielder's choice in the first, grounded out in the third, struck out in the fifth, singled and scored in the sixth. He scored the fifth of Bethune-Cookman's 5 runs in the game. Dorsey deals. First pitch, fastball, swing and a miss, strike 1. Dorsey very tall for a pitcher, listed at 6'4", 222.
That's a big guy.
Making his 12th appearance of the season. And looking for save number 5. Slider tails away into the opposite batter's box, 1-1. Dorsey in 13 1/3 innings pitched. He's given up 6 runs on 8 hits, all earned. Struck out 21, walked just 5, given up 1 double, 2 homers, and his ERA is 4.05. curveball misses inside, 2-1 to Sergio Rivera. His 4 saves came against UCF, and then a save in his last 3 appearances against UNC Greensboro, Florida A&M, and Memphis.
A slower readying than we're used to this game.
The 2-1 line foul outside of first, as Rivera just caught up to that fastball, and it's 2-2. Someone that the Bulls think can be good for seasons to come. He was 3rd on the team in appearances last year as a true freshman with 22. The pitch, swing and a miss. Way out in front of that breaking ball was Rivera, and there's 1 away in the 9th, and now here's Garrett Chun. I knew that breaking ball was coming. Fastball, 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 and Sergio was thinking fastball, and
was not a fastball.
Nope. Now here's Garrett Chun. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 1st, flat out to left in the 4th. Grounded out in the 6th. And first pitch, a breaking ball, strike outside corner to the lefty, and then hit an RBI single that scored Sergio Rivera in the 6th, and eventually was caught stealing to end that frame. And the pitch is hammered to left center field. That is going to be caught by a sliding Brodil. A great catch.
That's, yeah.
To save a double.
That's just elite. That's just elite defense. I thought the ball was his glasses that fell off when he slid, so I thought he dropped it for a second, but cool, calm, and collected catch. And now the Wildcats need some extremely clutch hitting.
Down to their last out here. Here's Jose Gonzalez. First pitch to him. Swinging a grounder to short. This could do it. And it's bobbled. Another error by Snow at shortstop, and the Wildcats stay alive. That's Snow's 2nd error of the game, and the 3rd error of the contest for the Bulls. Had that one just bounce right off his wrist. We're going to have a pinch runner at first for Jose Gonzalez, and here's Manny Soufrain up.
Jamie Villafane comes on to first base.
Attention, please. Pitch running at first base for the Wildcats, number 17, Jamie Villafane.
Jamie Villafane, who's been struggling a little bit with a hand injury, which is why he has not been playing his usual 3rd base role the last couple of weeks, but the legs are still good. He can still run. First pitch to Manny Soufrain. Big swing and a miss.
And he's trying to end this game.
Yeah. The curveball just broke down into the dirt, and he saw that Soufrain strike out 3 times tonight from the bench, so he knows what the solution is. The pitch, runner goes, throw down to second is not in time. And the tying run now at second in the form of Jamie Villafane.
And now they just need Manny to do his job.
The count is 1-1. Tying run on second. Cats down 6-5, 2 outs in the 9th. Pitch low, 2-1. Missed with the slider. Did Chandler Dorsey, who's looking for his 5th save of the season. In a game where the Bulls have been pushed a lot farther than they probably expected. From a team they've beat 7 times in a row. The 2-1. Swing and a miss at that same pitch down below the knees that has gotten Manny all night. And the Bulls are 1 strike away, and I would expect that Dorsey's going to throw that exact same pitch again.
Yeah, Manny's low-key got to take here.
The 2-2, 2 outs. Tying run on second to Soufrain. The pitch from Dorsey. Upstairs, so I was wrong. He didn't go with the sinker into the dirt. He went for the cutter up at the letters, and he missed it, so the count is full. If we get there, Daniel Figueroa is on deck. The 3-2. Ball 4. And the game continues. And here is Daniel Figueroa.
Now batting for the Cats, center fielder number 20, Daniel Figueroa.
The junior from Puerto Rico, the transfer from Indian Hills Community College, has the tying run at second, the potential winning run at first, 2 outs in the 9th. In his 2 plate appearances, here's the first pitch to him. It's a breaking ball strike, and it's 0-1. He singled right back up the middle on a grounder and scored in the 6th and then struck out on the 7th. And we're going to have a pinch runner for Manny Soufrain as Javier Cintrone.
Your attention, please. Pinch running at first base for the Wildcats, number 9, Xavier Cintrone.
Cintrone will go out there to pinch run at first. So Villafane on second, Cintrone on first, the 2 pinch runners. The 0-1 in the dirt, 1-1. I've noticed that Chandler has gone away from that fastball. It's all been either the slider or the curve or the sinker.
Yeah, he's been trying to get these batters to chase, and they're just spitting on it.
1-1. That time he went back to the fastball, missed it outside, and it's 2-1. Crowd on their feet at the jack.
No pitchers getting warm in USF's bullpen. This is Dorsey's game, pretty much.
The 2-1 in the dirt, 3-1. He's missed with 2 straight fastballs. Two on, 2 out. The 3-1 pitch. Oh, he called it a strike. Slider caught the edge of the plate. And it is 3-2. Full count. 2 down. The catcher, Rosenblum, goes out to remind the Bulls that the play's at any base except home with second and first. The pitch from Chandler. Wall 4, he walked him. And the bases are loaded. And the manager for USF's going to come out to talk to his pitcher, Chandler Dorsey, as USF didn't agree that that pitch was outside. So an error and 2 straight walks by Chandler Dorsey has loaded the bases with 2 outs here in the 9th. And the batter will be Irvin Escobar.
Our live stat sheet for the Wildcats has about 25 people.
Well,
Now batting for the Wildcats, the catcher, Deuce, Irvin Escobar.
Escobar, the senior from Barceloneta in Puerto Rico, who has batted in so many of these clutch situations over the last 2 years. The first pitch to him, swing and a miss, as the breaking ball goes to the catcher's mitt. 0-1.
You want him to put something in the gap here because it pretty much scores. You win the game. Anything in the gap, game's over.
0-1, outside, 1-1. And
But
remember, a walk ties it.
Yep, walk ties
It is 6-5 USF. Chandler Dorsey deals. Check swing. Did he go? No. The ball is low and outside. 2-1. Crowd on their feet. Both benches trying to fire up their respective pitcher and hitter. Bases juiced, the 2-1. Upstairs, 3-1. Again, nobody warming in the Bulls bullpen. It's Chandler Dorsey or bust for South Florida. A lot of pressure on the shoulders of the sophomore. The 3-1 pitch. is fouled away to the right side, and for the third straight batter, it's 3-2.
Runners are going to leave early, so base hit anywhere will win the game likely for the Wildcats.
3-2, 2 outs. Cats down by 1. Bases loaded. Dorsey comes set and deals. Strike 3, struck him out swinging, and the Bulls win in dramatic fashion. They win their 8th straight over the Wildcats. No runs, no hits, an error, and the bases left loaded for the Wildcats in the 9th. A heartbreaker for Bethune-Cookman as Coach Hernandez goes out to shake the hand of Coach Billy Mole.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday against SWAC opponent Alabama A&M.
That's a tough one to swallow for Bethune-Cookman. Even though they never led in the game, they came back to tie it, and unfortunately, one home run, the solo shot in the top of the 9th by Jackson Mayo, wins it for South Florida.
Yeah. And a couple key defensive errors as well.
So for South Florida, they win it with 6 runs on 10 hits. They made 4 errors. And for Bethune-Cookman, they score 5 runs on 9 hits. They made 1 error. The Wildcats, they left 10 on base. The Bulls left 11 on base. The winning pitcher is Gailey. The losing pitcher is Gonzalez. And the save goes to Chandler Dorsey. Once again, your final score, USF 6, BCU 5. USF improves to 14-10. The Wildcats drop to just 1 game over 500, 12-11. And they will try and continue their hot start to conference play when the Alabama A&M Bulldogs come to the Jack. Remember, Thursday, Friday, Saturday series this week. Not your typical Friday, Saturday, Sunday series because we want to avoid playing on Easter Sunday. Thursday at 7, Friday at 6, Saturday at 1. That'll do it for us, for Henson White and our entire CatEye Network crew here at Jackie Robinson Ballpark. Once again, your final score, Bulls 6, Wildcats 5. As the Wildcats load the bases in the 9th, but can't bring them home. My name is Michael Torello. Thank you so much for your company this evening. This has been a production of CatEye Network Radio. We'll see you on Thursday.